Okay. That's not what I expected it to do. Did it just not do anything? It chose to do nothing. That was not an option. Oh no, that was not an option. That was not what I thought it would do. Okay, hang on. YouTube gave me access to their dual streaming thing. The problem is, they didn't tell me this in advance, and they don't have any tutorials for setup, and it's not working now. It's very much broken. Uh-oh. Okay, output setting. Why is this not working? Okay. Um, got there in the end. We did. Hello, Nathan. Congrats on grabbing first. I appreciate you popping in. How are you doing, dude? I'm gonna submit my taxes while we get some stuff set up here. I'm sorry that this isn't gonna go as smoothly as we were hoping initially. It's running on the main encoder, it says. 1920 by 1080 FPS. Okay, yeah. FPS. Good. So why isn't this turning on? Doesn't want. That's what I think is happening here. Okay. Let's double check that I have that stream key. Maybe they revoked it. I don't know. Um, and all your streams using this key, you'll need to update your streaming software with the newest key to start a stream. I don't really want to do that. Can I copy? It looks like I copied. Okay, we got a new stream key there. Save that. Okay. There we go. Okay. This may work. Hold up. Give me a second. Okay, it's preparing stream. Okay. That's not really how I wanted it to look. But I don't really think I get much of a choice on how that looks, do I? Okay. I see. Unfortunately, that's not the greatest way that YouTube could have done that, but I will take it. Okay, that's fine. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to go ahead and press the go live button on YouTube. Okay. Press share. Okay. Hi, YouTube. How's it going, guys? I hope you're doing well. We're trying a new thing over there. So, just bear with me. This is going to be a little different, but we're going to really give it our best shot. New YouTube live full stream thingy. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hello, Nathan. Welcome on in on the YouTube side. Hope you're doing well. Normal stream, not shorts. I know. This is going to be interesting. It's a new feature that YouTube is slowly rolling out, but you can now watch both a vertical and a horizontal stream within the same stream type. I don't love how the horizontal looks, but I will tolerate it until they either get their acts together and let me do it a different way, or something else. We'll see. We will see. I need to post something over in the Twitch SMP chat just to show that we are getting live. Live again. https://twitch.tv/King Regnog. That is not how you do that. How did I manage that? There we go. Okay. Yes. Good. Good. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Dude, how do you make it vertical? So, from my understanding, basically, if you're on your phone, which I haven't tried yet, I'm gonna pull it up on mine before I tell you if I'm wrong. But it's gonna be a lot like the Twitch way. So, instead of having to turn it, instead of having to press a button, I think it's based on if you just turn it this way. I don't know that to be 100% true. I'm about to find out. Live. Maybe not. No? That's not quite how that works. How is it supposed to work? I don't know. Uh-oh. See, I'm really confused. Maybe it's only discoverable in the feed. Like if I go to live, no, it's not showing in there. If I go to shorts, it's not there. I don't know how to pull it up as a short. It does have a vertical feed is what it's showing me, but it's not showing as a vertical feed. I don't know. I'll look into the stats of it later. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then we'll go back to the drawing board and see. From my understanding, though, it's supposed to be vertical and horizontal. It just may be clunky design. YouTube hasn't done a great job at this feature, in my opinion. Twitch did a decent job at it. I feel like they still have a long way to go. But the button options aren't great. That's for sure. I unfortunately don't think there's a great way for me to force it to show me my live stream in a vertical format here, is there? Huh. Okay. Well, we'll just deal with that later. Hello, Rocky. Welcome on in. Hello, Minute. Welcome in. Hope you're both doing well. Found a beta world on Bedrock, but it's really broken. My question is, how is a beta world on Minecraft and still runs? Minecraft actually doesn't change a whole lot behind the scenes, and when they do, they add systems in place so that old chunks will update, and it will move everything from the old systems over so that it functions properly. They've done a very, very careful job at trying to make that work, and hopefully it continues to keep maintaining that path. Okay. My question is, how is a beta? No, it's like actually beta. Netherite doesn't exist. Well, it would because Bedrock does have Netherite. So like it may not exist like within the current terrain generation, but if you open up like the creative inventory, it definitely does. Unless you just haven't updated the Bedrock edition. Okay, let's go ahead and catch you guys up to speed here. First off, I am running a different setup right now. My new power supply came in. My friend Kitrix, she sent me her spare, and it is currently, this is like our test run on whether or not things will work. If it does, great. If it doesn't, then that's unfortunate. No more PC guts on the ground. No more PC guts on the ground. No more. We're done with that. I have one PC gut on my bed right there. That's a hard drive. I'm going to be making a video hopefully tonight just to kind of give you guys a rundown on what all happened, because it's very interesting and it's a great time for me to tell you guys, hey, back up your computers, because that was a really scary experience. Now I'm like really reeling in just how much I could have lost and how much I would have had to have tried to make up for, because you guys would have lost a lot too. I mean, I had backups of world downloads that I was working on there. I had Omnia on there. I had videos that were set to release on there. And a lot of stuff did get lost still, but it was an interesting experience, and ultimately, I think there's a lot of things I could have done to have prevented that from happening in the first place. But here we are now, and I have a power supply in there. I've got a new hard drive, and we're set. It's updated. I have the spear, but that world only has leather and iron and diamond equipment. That's interesting. I mean, I guess, like, netherite wouldn't exist within the, well, I mean, if it's, like, old world size and you've already, well, if it's beta, did the nether even exist in Bedrock beta? You may have still had nether core, in which case, it may have not generated a nether file. I don't know if that's a thing. No, it definitely would have had generated it the second you made a portal, though. I don't know, Damadane? Hello, Anita. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Don't do it. Please, please don't do it. PC Gus? I have actually heard from PC Gus today. He sent me a message back. He was actually my top friend on Discord. Both him and I, yeah, we sent messages a lot throughout the year and talked a lot in VC. He's a cool dude. Really, really cool dude. The structures are broke. I believe that. That does not at all surprise me. Okay, cows are grown up. Good. Poop. Okay. We've got enough food to probably get us through all of today, I think. And, we're just gonna wait for the sun to go down so I can actually sleep. And then we're gonna go into the dome and get some work done. It's gonna be a busy day today because I've got very little time left to actually finish the base. So I'm gonna try to get as much done as humanly possible. Now, you guys have heard me say that a lot lately. I do mean it. It doesn't always work. So, we'll see. We'll see if I actually mean it today. Alright, let's fly on in. I spent all my money on Tito plushies. Sorry, Eggnog. No, dude, you're good. Spend the money on yourself. That's what I want you guys to do. Like, I appreciate you guys thinking of me, but at the end of the day, I want you guys to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Now, speaking of fruits of labor, here is the fruit of my labor so far. We have this big dome in the middle of the ocean with a big hole in it. Now, this big hole has been slowly filled in by buildings and such, and it's looking really, really cool. However, we still have 1, 2, 3 more buildings to go. If I can get 2 of the 3 done today, and get the 3rd one done tomorrow, that gives me 1 whole week to finish up this side, which is doable. It's very scary to try to do that, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really, really, really try. And, we'll see what happens. We will see. Now, I do also need to figure out, what in the world we're doing here. Because, I mean, this building here, I wanted to do more with it, but I'm scared to now, and I'm questioning on whether or not I will do it or not anymore. We also need to kind of make the rooftops a little bit more pointed with some different things like rooftop entrances, or do I have anything else over here? No, but we may also do some more farms and things of that nature, I think. Anyway, without any further ado, what we're going to start with is we're actually going to have to get more wax, because I don't have wax, and as you can see there is already some oxidization, and I don't really love that. So, let's come down here and just see what all we need. Take some inventory a little bit. So those are all empty. This has nothing we need to worry about. We don't really have a ton of copper, so we may have to go back to the trial chamber and go get some more copper, get some more bulbs. We may have to go to the nether to get more of the blaze rods even. It may be a heavy resource collection day, unfortunately. There's no really telling until I really get into the building, though. I mean, I'm going to try to avoid using copper for that building back there because you're not really going to see a ton of it. I'm going to try to use more colors and just go heavy on the deep slate because we do need to dig down like maybe 2 or 3 more blocks, which right now, as you can see, we're going down 2. So I think we should be okay down there by the time that's all dug out. And hopefully we can actually get the fog put in. I would like the fog to start like right about there. So I don't know if we're high enough up yet, but we're starting to get there, and that's all that matters. My Discord recap won't load. Gotta try again. It said it was there till 12th of January. I think that sounds right to me. They were having issues with it on mobile especially, and I don't know if they ever fix that. If you're on desktop or laptop rather, either of those two, then there may be a whole other issue even that I'm not aware of. I know they've been having issues trying to get it ready, and they're not even sure if they're going to do it again next year, but I hope they do because I love having the ability to look back on my year like that. Discord having a recap is just amazing. It's cool seeing who you talked to and what communities you hung out in and all that kind of stuff. On desktop, that it's not available for mobile. Oh, interesting. I know it started as available on mobile because I got the notification there. I tried to use it and then it said something went wrong. So then I went on my desktop, checked out the learn more button, and then they said there was an issue on mobile. So maybe they decided to axe it after a couple of other issues. Who knows? The fruit of my labor should be a bald eggnog singing Baka Mitai. I wish that were possible for you. I really do. I need to do a book report that I haven't started. Oh, that is loud. Okay. I need to do a book report that I haven't started on, and it's for tomorrow. Thank God my friend let me have his copy so I can redo it on my sheet. Good luck. That is still a crazy amount of time to try to get that done. I hope that goes well for you, dude. Please do not try to put that off, though, until, like, late, because then you'll be, like, really kicking yourself at 5 in the morning. I know I would be. Oh. I bought them out. Okay. That's... Did I buy them out? I guess I did. Does anyone else have honeycomb? Swifty, thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. Thank you. I have until like 6 a.m. tomorrow. Oh, you've got time. You've got time. I got a mobile. Interesting. So yeah, they must have been having some issues with it after that, or they fixed it later. Who knows? Hard to say. That is a hot cocoa store, I think. I don't know. Who is selling wax? There was somebody else. I promise. Somebody else was selling bee stuff, and I don't know who. Was it you? You were making a candle shop, but it never got finished. Clock store. I don't know. We're in danger now, guys. I may be out of options. Okay, we're at the point now where we need to just find out where we can steal some wax. Or wait. Can I, like... Dang it. I was gonna say, if I could turn those back into honeycomb, then we'll be fine. These are full of bees. 6 diamonds per nest. I guess we will farm our own honeycomb. 6 diamonds per nest. Let's do 3 nests. really hate how many diamonds I'm spending lately, but I gotta do it. Somebody has to do it. It's me, unfortunately. And that's the way it goes. Okay. It'll probably take 1 to 2 hours. That's not too bad. I know for me, I've had really bad, I guess it's probably called, I think it's called time dialysis. Is that what it's called? Time dialysis sounds right, but for some reason paralysis sounds better. I don't know. But basically, it's where you think it's going to take a certain amount of time, and then it takes longer than that. Oh, we should go steal from Kit. Hang on. Let me go try to steal from Kit first. If there's any more honeycomb there, then we'll take it. Hello, Raiders! Welcome on in. Hope you're all doing well. Emmy, how was your stream? What were you guys up to? Welcome on in. Jacob, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. We are currently playing on the Twitch SMP server, and we are trying our absolute best to find some honeycomb. So, I'm just gonna quickly search these chests. I know I left that intentionally to, like, say I didn't steal it all, but I'm at the point now where I need to steal it all. Okay. I don't think any of the other chests would have honeycomb. The only other one that might would be over here, just because there was a resource chest. Nope. Okay. In that case, let's fly home. Let's fly home. I was building a thing for the video I'm hyped about making. Hey, that's awesome, dude. Hopefully, it was a good time. I'm sure it was, since it was an Emmy stream. Every time I've been over there, it's a good time, so I can vouch for it. If you guys haven't already, be sure to go follow Emmy. Fantastic streamer and video creator. I think it's safe to say that at this point. If you need to head out, Raiders, please raid and run. Do what you gotta do. We'll be here for a little bit. Today, we are testing out my new power supply. It came in just earlier today, a couple hours ago. And I am giving that a good old test run while playing some Minecraft. We got a big base to finish, and not a lot of time to finish it. So, today we're gonna try to do quite a lot of it, really. I need to sleep. And then we got some, bought a whole bunch of bees to hopefully help us out a little bit here, because we need a bunch of honeycomb. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here, and I guess put one there, there, and there. That feels a little silly to do it that way, but I feel like I have no other choices, really. Just because I don't really want to mess with it. Now I need a flint and steel and 3 more campfires. Okay. Emmy, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. We need... What do we need? What was I coming here for? I forgot. Campfires. Oh yeah, I also have more food in here, right? One, two, three. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Hello. And then we need flint and steel. Right. There we go. And you know what? I need shears. Do I have shears? I don't. Okay. My reserves are looking really low, but I promise you I'm rich, guys. I really am. Just trust me. We need to make... We make some rockets. There we go. Very good. Okay, I just got a capo, never mind, it was a hoodie. Yeah, Minecraft is running some drops right now. So there's a hoodie, and there's an emote, and then I think there's one other thing. I don't remember what it was. We need to breed the bees, don't we? We'll have to do that here in a second. Because we've got a bunch of bees here, and we got one hive there and one nest there. The nests hold a few... I can shear those now. Okay, so we got 9. That's at least a little bit. We can wax most of what we're doing here. Let me go grab some flowers from, like, the nature thingy. I got, like, a nature chest over here. We're also doing a new thing with YouTube. YouTube gave me access to their dual streaming beta. And I have no clue if it's working right now. I have absolute zero clue if it's working. But it might be, possibly. And I'm really hyped about it if it is. If it's not working, then, like, too bad, so sad kind of deal, I guess. We'll get there when we get there, I guess. Whatever. Puppies. We should also quickly grab some iron because we're almost out in my, my shulker. Oh yeah, recap still unavailable? Bruh. Sorry that that's not populating for you. That's a bummer. I really do hope they do another Discord recap next year. Like, I'm really, really hoping they do. I was so happy to see it this year. I'm trying to think of other services that would be nice to have a recap for. Swifty... What? Huh? What? Do they breed automatically? Huh? Where'd you come from? I'm gonna assume that maybe you were already in there and whoever made the bee shop put you in there beforehand. I don't know. I need to get bigger, though, because, like, I need to breed all the bees. Okay. Hopefully you guys will fill in all the honey. And I can get a lot of it, because I need a ton, okay? Keep up the good work, and get busy. Alright. I remember when bees were added. Yep, 1.15. Right after the Village and Pillage update, we had the Buzzy Bees update. Featuring, wasn't that when the target block got added? That was when honey and bees and honeycomb and all those great things are added. Great update. Overall, actually really changed the face of Minecraft. And most people, like, had no clue what it was going to even do. Like, we kind of laughed at it when we were like, bees? That's the update? Like, nowadays, that probably would have been, like, a game drop size. But it was actually, like, a really, really good update. I may or may not buy a house. Dude, buy a house. That would be amazing. Real estate is one of those investments, so long as you take care of it, it will always go up. So you're better off buying while you're young and getting a house than buying later, because when you're old, if you have anybody to leave the house to, then they will have a really good start in life. And beyond that, they will also, you know, if you choose to sell the house later in life and buy something smaller, or you just decide you don't want a house, you got a lot of extra cash just laying around from that investment in general. You know, I know there's more to life than money, but money is definitely nice to have. I had 2 people give me fake signatures, so all the money from music all goes to me instead of our 80-20 split. Holy cow, dude. That's crazy. The fact that they gave you fake signatures is wild. kind of a little disrespectful, but at the same time, it works out in your favor, I guess. But I'm sure it's disappointing, though. I mean, like, I'd be disappointed in them. I mean, you were being more than fair with that split, too. That was the crazy thing. Okay. All of that should be waxed now. And I've got one more to spare. Sweet. Okay. Didn't expect to blow up like that. I guess so. Dang. We need to probably take this down to the place. Okay. Yeah, let's go get some copper really quick. Because we're kind of out. I just need, like, a little bit to get us by. Not a metric ton, but, like, half a metric ton. By the way, the thing I was working on is a aftermath of a forest fire. Ooh. That sounds fun. That sounds really, really fun. Like a charred forest kind of vibe. That's cool. I like that. I can't wait to see how that turns out in like a video. That's gonna be unique. Charred forest, yeah. Okay, I'm excited for that. That's cool. That is, I don't think I've seen that before. Like I've built something similar, but not in a larger scale and not ever for content. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else build something like that, though. First update, I started playing on vanilla Java. Nice. There's a house for 256,000-ish. 11.9 acres, 4-bed, 2-bath. I don't plan on having kids or even dating, so it's probably a strat. Hey, dude. That right there, that is a nice property. At the very least, you have room to have guests over. Like, for that price, you can't really complain too much. Now, fair enough. You know, you don't gotta necessarily have a family to have a place to stay, like a nice place to stay at that. Otherwise, you can just sop away that money into a investment account like SMP 500 or really any sort of investment at this point. With that kind of money laying around, you're better off putting it somewhere than in the savings account where it's actually losing money due to interest rates. You want it somewhere that it'll at least keep up with the what do you call it? Inflation. Yeah. I definitely turn one into music recording studio. Absolutely. That's the cool thing about having extra rooms is you can do whatever you want with them. It's awesome. I just realized you're not vertical streaming. I'm supposed to be. YouTube gave me access to like the vertical and horizontal format thing, but it's not working, I don't think. Even though on my dashboard it says it is. I don't know what's going on. But I'm in too deep to actually like fix it. I'll check on it afterwards and see if I can figure it out. My only thought process is if you like scrolled onto it maybe from like the vertical format, then maybe possibly it would give it to you in vertical. I don't know though, because I've not had anybody say I'm watching a vertical. If one of you are watching vertical, and you've been lurking, that's okay. I'm not calling you out. I gotta know. Is that what's happening? Are you watching a vertical? Like, if so, you can like raise your hand or something if you don't mind. I just want to know if it's working is all. And then I'll leave you alone. I won't even acknowledge you if you don't want me to. I'm rounding up your viewers, Reg. They weren't aware you were live? They were aware I was live. It's okay, I wasn't aware I was live either, apparently. There we go. Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Good to see you. Water Ghost, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Just need to make sure I caught up on chat. I'm sorry, guys. How many messages did you get this year? On Discord? Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't know. A lot, probably. I just want to make sure I'm all caught up. Game Awards are about to start. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. They just announced there'll be a new Tomb Raider game. That's exciting. That's pretty cool. 3 months, baby. Not Gus. That's Elriz of YouTube. I know. Elriz. When you said 3 months, it didn't tell me that you... Okay, I'm so sorry, Spicy. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, thank you. You're amazing. Okay, what's going on with the... It says excellent for vertical. That's what's confusing me. It is confusing me so much. Okay, what can I do to fix that? Anything? It doesn't seem like there's anything. But I'm just gonna double check. Like, really, really fast. Okay. Yep. Okay. That's great. That's cool. That's fine. Thank you, YouTube. I love YouTube. I really do. I just wish they would, like, do the thing that I want them to do. And they won't. So, okay. Thanks for that. I'm not vertical. Twitch does have vertical, and I know that one is working. But YouTube gave me access to something, and that's the one that we're not sure about yet. And unfortunately, there's just not a good way to test it. With Twitch, there's at least an easy way that you can test it. I don't know why YouTube didn't add in a way that I'm at least aware of. I'm trying to think if there's like a way I could direct link it there. And nothing's coming to mind. There's a casual, like, 2 million people watching right now. Haven't gotten to any big awards or announcements yet. That's a pretty good viewership. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that there may be a Star Wars game that's getting announced this week. Specifically to do with the Old Republic era, which I am super excited about. They did say, the source did say that it doesn't have anything to do with the current project. So nothing to do with Eclipse, which I'm also super excited about. And nothing to do with, I think they said it had nothing to do with Knights of the Old Republic remake. So we were kind of stumped at what it was. Now, of course, that is just one person who said something and basically says, "Trust me, bro." But they seemed notable and trustworthy enough. So we'll see. We shall see. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it, Spicy. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing... hope you have a good rest of your day. Sorry about that. Can't speak properly. I like the Star Wars game on the Wii where you play as the Sith. Are you talking about Force Unleashed? That was a really good game, if that's the one you're talking about. That was a really, really good game. I just love Star Wars. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Star Wars, The Old Republic, which is a very old RPG, probably older than most of you. It was made, I believe, in, like, 2011, 2010, somewhere in that zone. So it's a pretty old game, but I love it to bits, and I would play it 100 times over. In fact, I am playing it currently on, like, my 4th playthrough, I think. Finally, I'm playing a different class story, though, so it's actually pretty good, though. I didn't like the first Sith story I played, but the second one that I played, Sith Inquisitor, solid storyline there. The progression makes sense. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. Force Unleashed was awesome. I would not say no to them either doing a remake of that game or doing an adaptation of that game into a show or a movie. The problem is, to make Starkiller as cool as he was in the video games, you would have to break all of Star Wars in order to make it work, and it just doesn't work very well because the guy was like more powerful than Anakin, which is just, people wouldn't like that, even though they really love the idea of the video game being brought into canon. It just doesn't. It breaks a lot of things is the problem. They'd have to rewrite some things. I would trust Dave Filoni to do it. Like, if Dave Filoni said, yes, we're doing it, I would have faith in him. Now, maybe that faith is misplaced. I don't know. But I would trust him. Oh. Okay, well, I got, some new keys, I guess. Don't mind if I do. Hollow Knight didn't win Best Indie Game. That doesn't surprise me. Did Peak win, or did... You know what? No, Dispatch. Dispatch counts as indie, doesn't it? Giovanni, I have no clue what you just said. I'm gonna be so real, dude. I only speak English, and I know that's not English. But I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Do I not... I have more than enough arrows. Okay. Player Obster? Really? I haven't heard anybody actually talk about that game, if I'm honest. Supposedly, it was really good. Like, all the randoms on Twitter were talking about it, but none of my friends said anything about it. That's so interesting. Huh. I'm copying off my friend's notes right now, and he wrote, oh boy, therapy. How French. How French. Yeah, no, I kind of foresaw Hollow Knight not winning because a lot of people had their expectations really high on Silksong, and you know, it was never going to meet those expectations because people wanted basically to walk into it like they did the original Hollow Knight, but this time actually expecting something instead of expecting absolutely nothing. And that really bit their expectations in the butt. Which is sad. I don't think the game should suffer because of that, because a lot of people are enjoying it, but there's also a ton of people who aren't enjoying it nearly as much because it's not just a silly bug game to them anymore. Now, I haven't played it, obviously, but from the bits I have seen it looks fun. It's just, I know I need to set my expectations a little lower, only because I know to not expect it to feel exactly like the original Hollow Knight in the sense of, like, I'm expecting nothing and I get the whole world in return. I'm back. I should open a dealership. That is an option. That is definitely an option. It would be a whole different career path. Not necessarily a bad one, though. They can make bank. Although I'd be worried about entering the car sales market, just because I personally know nothing of it. The parts I do know is just, like, the automotive industry is really weird right now. trying to diversify my income. You should definitely do that. Absolutely. A crash in one thing is a jump in another, usually. Okay, we need to get out of here. How do I get out of here? Yoink. Oh. Can't pick you up. The bones. There we go. Boop. Boop. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving. This music fails. It's kind of GG's. Yeah, that's definitely fair. Absolutely. Boom. I just announced a game with a badger, and it's a fourth wall-breaking platformer where you make the game while the game. That's interesting. How would that work? Because platformers are very linear, usually. So a game where you make the game works, in theory. Like, how do you make a platformer? Like, I don't know. That's an interesting concept. It's unique. I've never seen anybody really... Well, I mean, I've seen iterations of that. I mean, like, you look at, like, Super Mario Maker, for example. But that's, like, a totally different thing. You make your levels, and then you share them with other people. You don't... You know, you're not, like, going for an end-game goal, I guess. Like, you make the platforms, you have point A and B, and then make platforms to get to a point A and B. I guess, like, that kind of existed, sort of. What was it? World of Goo was similar in a lot of regards, where you were getting from point A to point B, but, I mean, it wasn't a platformer, is the thing. I don't know, that's really interesting. I'll check that one out then. Maybe something I do in my free time. We'll see. I could basically give 60K to the bank and let them screw around with the stocks for commission. Basically do what my sister's boyfriend did after he made it big on GameStop. The GameStop thing was crazy. That was actually wild stuff. Honestly though, not a bad idea. There's a reason banks make money. That's the truth. They're good at what they do. Now there is, of course, some risk in that all, but... You know, is there any such investment without a risk? I don't think so. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and start planning out our next build here. So we gotta get this building in. I'm thinking it'll go a little taller. So, do I have a little bit of chiseled? We'll go with, like, a couple more stacks then. Alright, here we go. Best movie adaptation, Last of Us Season 2, that's fair. Last of Us, I never actually watched it, but I know Season 1 was really good. I watched, like, 2 episodes of it, I think, and it was really, really good series. I just never found time to catch up on the rest of it. And the people I was watching with, we never really picked up on it after that. So we just kind of let it be. But it looked good, so can't argue with the results of that one. Although I heard Fallout was also really good, so I wouldn't have been surprised if they won either. And I guess, what was it? Well, actually that was I guess movie... Yeah, no, that would have been... shows count as movies in that category, I guess. Cool. Hey, Rag in chat. Hello, Nikita. Welcome on in. Thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Hello. Investments have some risk no matter what. Just make sure your risks are calculated. Exactly. Don't put all your money into one basket. Yeah. Not taking out a mortgage. Last of Us Season 1 is good. Season 2 misunderstands the main characters. Did you ever play Last of Us? I never played it, no. I watched a playthrough of it once when I was, like, I think 12. Which admittedly maybe wasn't the best idea of my life, but, you know, character growth or something like that. We'll go with about this height. Well, yeah, let's go up to this height. And then we'll come over here. I have a good idea. Go into science, build a time machine, then go back before Bitcoin costed a fortune and invest everything. Absolutely. You could even just go back to 2020 and buy up stocks there. Like, you didn't even buy up stocks in Bitcoin then. And let me tell you guys, you would have made bank. A lot of that stuff crashed in 2020. And then the following year, or even just years, it jumped back up. So people that did jump on that, you know, they doubled their income off of it pretty much. They say off the bed, I meant off the reg, obviously. Oh jeez. You silly individual.
Hello there.
I stay up way too late, so I get it. You can call me Lily. Hello, Lily. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry, I just said that twice. Welcome on in, though. Good to see you. I feel like I recognize your name, and I don't know from where. I definitely recognize your name. People are very hyped about Lara Croft, Tomb Raider Returns. That's fair. It's a beloved character in a beloved franchise. Like, I don't even play Tomb Raider, but that makes me a little excited. Yeah, great. The bits I've seen of it, great game. I need to play through them, especially the newer ones. I mean, you could go clear on back to, like, PS2 era. I mean, she's a classic character. Tired, I've been up since 4:30 a.m. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can get some rest tonight. I haven't been up since 4 a.m., but I was up until 6 a.m. Last night. Or this morning, I guess, rather. And then I slept for like 6 hours and turned around and had today. So, I'm right there with you to some degree. My sleep schedule this month has been stupid, but it's okay. We're chilling. I'm gonna move you a hair down. Go with that. There we go. Deku? 3 years, 7 months, 6 days of follow time. GG's, dude. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. I think it was the melons that... That's crazy. Yeah, that definitely did help. That definitely did help, Nathan. It's a wild statement, though. He's talking about fruit, by the way, guys. Why? Oh, why was I up till 6 in the morning this time? Let's see. What did we do last night? I had a thumbnail I was working on. It was a 30-minute job. But instead of spending 30 minutes doing that, I somehow got sidetracked. And instead of spending 30 minutes there, I turned around and fell down a rabbit hole. And 30 minutes turned into 2 hours. And then I felt bad about that, and I didn't want to go to bed without doing something that I wanted to do. So I finished the thumbnail, and I decided I was going to play a video game for a little bit. And I got sucked down that rabbit hole, and before I knew it, it was like 6 in the morning, and my dad was waking up, and I was like, uh-oh, I should sleep. So I did. And it wasn't like the greatest sleep in the world, but you know, I deserve to not sleep after the stunts I pull like that. That was like a bad idea. Tonight, I'm hoping to sleep on time. Like, 2 a.m. is when I've been trying to go to bed. It's just not always gone my way. Which admittedly is my own fault. I can't blame anybody but me. That's a little high. There we go. So, what we'll do is we'll take it over 1, 2. And then that one we're going to bring up, and it'll go a little higher. Like, to maybe just right about where that one is. Like, it's going to be a little taller than this level, but not terribly tall. I do want this build to kind of, like, have some verticality to it, because the rest of our builds in here, I mean, there is verticality, it's just not great. Let me kind of give you guys a view of the build so far. As soon as I'm up here, I'll tell you, or I'll show you. Okay. So far, we've got, like, a bunch of buildings in here, and there is, like, some height variation, but it feels very flat at times, in my opinion, especially, like, over here, for example. So adding a building right here that has one layer there, one layer here, and another one up here, it adds a little something extra to the whole build, and hopefully will balance out some things. Especially because right now we've got a big tower there and a big tower there, but nothing really in between. And that doesn't look great. So I need to fix it. And this seems to be the best way to do it, at least to me right now. We need depth. Oh, hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate, liker. Liker? I'm sorry. Lily. Thank you for the hydrate, Lily. I used to know a Lily. I'm trying to remember. Drinking upside down, that's a skill. I'm trying to remember. What Spider-Man game was that in? There's a Spider-Man game where he drinks a coffee upside down or something like that, and they make a comment about how it's a skill. It was a silly moment like that. You know, I like drinking. I like drinking upside down. Favorite way to drink of all time. I remember trying to eat upside down. Okay, that one is interesting. And you're not supposed to do it, but it didn't stop me from trying. I was a stupid kid. I remember we were eating grapes, and I was like, I wonder. Nothing ever good starts with I wonder. But I said I wonder, and wonder I did, and I didn't die, obviously. So, like, can you say that I was really in the wrong there? I don't think so. Okay, we'll go, like, to here, I think. And then how did it... how am I doing this? I guess I gotta jump down here? Yeah, because that is in the wrong spot. That is, like, bright. Wow, hello. Okay. Let's go up here. Monday through Friday, I wake up at 4:30 a.m. but I'm so excited. In a couple of weeks, I have winter break, and I get to sleep in. That's gonna be so wonderful. Winter break is soon, isn't it? That's great. Hopefully, hopefully it'll be a good time. I know all my friends anyway. This year in particular is Hey, there we go. I think maybe. Okay. Are we good? Let me check to see if YouTube or Twitch came back, because that's always the one that doesn't. Are we good, guys? Hi. We're good? Okay. Glad to hear it. You know what? Yeah, I think I know why that's not working. Okay, that's fine. I know why it's not working, or why that decided to work this time with reconnecting. I didn't start the vertical broadcast for Twitch. So, honestly, I don't miss it at all. I don't think anybody actually uses vertical on Twitch. So, I don't feel bad about that, really. Also, I didn't get to see your guys' stream streaks. I'm so sorry. My bad. Let's see. I need to go back and see those. Emmy with 7 stream streak, Swifty with a 10 stream streak, and Nikita with a 5 stream streak. GG's, guys. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for your support, and also thanks for sticking around with me through the lag. I'm sorry about that. Also, I guess I gotta check and make sure YouTube chat didn't break because of that. I didn't get to read all your chats. I'm just not taking out a mortgage. Yeah, if you're gonna take out a mortgage, only take a 15-year. It's a scam to do a 30. Did you ever play Last of Us? I want your take on it, because I always wanted to ask someone who hasn't played what their thoughts are. I think it's a fun game to watch. I love the story. It's a very tragic story, but it has a lot of high notes as well. Really interesting game. Vertical sucks on any platform. I don't mind watching vertical on my phone. If like I'm like just quickly checking in or something. But I don't like pulling up vertical to watch long. You know, like if I'm only there for like a couple of minutes, I want the option to be able to not look like I'm watching a video if I'm out in public or something. But outside of that, it's just kind of like I'd rather actually have a full screen. Like at home, vertical is a no-go. But out in public, it's like, yeah, I could do this. I could make do with that. It would be nice. But I'm very rarely out in public, so it's like, trying to remember the last time I went out. Guess I was out on Wednesday, but I wasn't gonna check my phone at all. I don't use like anything on my phone anymore. Like I'm questioning why I even have a phone sometimes, because it's like I'm not on there. Which annoys some people to no end, that I'm like impossible to reach at times. And it's not to like be impossible to reach. It's just I don't have a reason to be on my phone. I don't like Instagram. I don't like Facebook, and I like YouTube, but I burn so much time watching YouTube that I don't actually do what I want to do. So I don't really want to be on YouTube either. I just want to work on my own things and be happy. Although some would argue being happy is too much to ask for these days. So, you know, take that for what you will. Star Wars: The Fate of the Old Republic, a new Star Wars game. Oh, dude, yes! Okay, the leaks were true. That is awesome. Who's it by? Who's making it? That's my only question right now. Otherwise, I will refrain from asking more questions just because I want to see the trailer myself. Miss Piggy is here. What? Okay, interesting. All right, we got a nice skyscraper kind of building style there. I like that from the Muppets. I know who Miss Piggy is. I'm confused. I guess you gotta have your celebrity cameos. Miss Piggy is a celebrity. Is she a miss? I think, yeah, well, I think it's MISS, yeah. Otherwise, it would be Mrs. Piggy, right? And that wouldn't make sense because my interpretation of the Muppets lore is that she is seeing Kermit. I mean, you don't just call somebody Kermie and then you're not gonna commit to them. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna debate the deep Muppet lore with you all, but that's just me. I think Piggy is like her maiden name. Which is a very unfortunate maiden name, even if you are a pig. Okay, I know this side right here is going to be just plain deep slate. There's no reason for it to be anything else. We're going to have plenty of other faces to kind of catch your attention, hopefully, so this won't stand out and be annoying. And it'll let us utilize our copper in other places. Copper and color. That's actually the next update, by the way, guys. Minecraft's next game drop. It's gonna be called Copper and Color. And you might be going, King, we already have enough copper. What do you mean? Mojang says we need more, okay? Trust me. Casey Hudson is the game director for the Star Wars game? Casey Hudson. Casey Hudson. Known for Mass Effect. Wait, BioWare? BioWare's doing this? Hold up. Or has this guy left BioWare? Known for Star Wars Knights of the Old... Is this a flippin' third game? Is this a third game to Knights of the Old Republic? Arcanaut Studio. What have they done? Their website just went down. I can't get into it. What have they done? I just want to know. There's not like a Wikipedia page. All that shows up right now is their websites. This must be like a whole new called Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. I think it's to wrap up. In my opinion, it may be to wrap up the stories sort of that they set up there. I don't know if they have the rights to it. But Fate of the Old, that was BioWare does a really good job. And Casey Hudson, they did Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, all the Mass Effect games, or 1 through 3 anyway, and then Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic as well. This guy knows Star Wars very well. Knights of the Old Republic was the that's Revan right there. Everybody loves that story. Like, I have not met a single person that does not like the story that Knights of the Old Republic told. That makes me so hyped. That's awesome. That really is awesome. Okay. This is cool. He worked on Anthem, which I know didn't like From my understanding, it didn't really do much, but it was a pretty hype game at one point in time. Man. Oh, this guy also did Baldur's Gate 2. For those of you who like Baldur's Gate. Trying to see. I think those are really the big games, but Mass Effect is a huge franchise as well. People loved the roleplay aspect of Mass Effect. I mean, legendary name there in terms of sci-fi especially, but particularly roleplay game. Gave birth to a whole Star Wars era in terms of popularity. Action roleplay. Oh man. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. I'm not going to stream it probably, but I will definitely play it. Like Star Wars Outlaw, I didn't even buy that game. It looked interesting, but I was like, I don't really like the idea right now, and luckily I didn't buy it. This game might be a pre-order for me. I love that era of Star Wars. I love that storytelling style. I was just telling you guys earlier about how I was playing Star Wars The Old Republic. That was a spin-off MMORPG of the Knights of the Old Republic, which Casey directed. So, like, if I'm playing a game that was made back in, like, 2010, that's a spin-off off of his creation, that tells you, like, a general idea that, like, hey, maybe this is actually... It's pretty decent. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. I really hope that Star Wars Eclipse comes out as well. I want more information on that. I would love to see Knights of the Old Republic getting its remake, actually, because it would be really cool to see that come out in full life as well. It's going to be rendered in Unreal Engine 5, too, so it's going to look sick. That's interesting. Oh, boy. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. That's cool. Admiral's awake. Let me text Admiral. Where's Admiral? He'll like this. New Star Wars Old Republic game. There we go. Hello, Monk. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I don't know anything about those games, but you seem so excited, so I hope it turns out to be great. Me too. Me too. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love that kind of stuff. Oh, man, that's exciting to me. Oh, and Amanda's getting burned alive. That's great. That's awesome. What more could you want? It sounds like they're getting... Okay. Well, I mean, Star Wars isn't a stranger to burning people alive. It's literally in their movies, like... Revenge of the Sith was awesome. Okay, thank you for the follow-up, by the way. Appreciate it. It's made one of the best combo sauces ever made, in my opinion. Ayo. What, sriracha, mayo, and ketchup. Ooh. I'm personally not a fan of mixing my sauces, but I know a lot of people love ketchup and mayo. So sriracha, mayo, and ketchup definitely would go together pretty well. So good, creamy, and a little spice. Yeah. I could definitely imagine that combo working out if you're, like, mostly a normal person when it comes to palates. I have to mix my sauces because most spices aren't me safe. That's true. I just don't... I can't, like, do the sauce mixing. I'm a one sauce kind of guy. Like if it's either mayo or it's ketchup. I can't. If I put them together, it makes me go, I can't do it. I just can't. The creators of Baldur's Gate 3 just announced a new game series called Divinity. That was, oh, okay, I see. Nice. I'm glad that they're moving on to new things. It would have been kind of, I don't think it would have been lame to have a Baldur's Gate 4, but I feel like it would have came off cash grabby and it wouldn't have had the same success level that Baldur's Gate 3 had. Or 2. 3, yeah. If I give it to you and not tell you I mixed them, how would you know? I don't know. I would say this tastes like mayo and ketchup. Like, I would just know. I don't know. Maybe it's psychological. I will accept that as a possibility. But I have a way of just, like, picking that out. And, like, I don't know. When I have my foods mixed, I like, it needs to be, like, its own standalone flavor, almost. Isn't mayo and ketchup just burger sauce? Yeah, a lot of people. Some people call it burger sauce. Some people call it fry sauce. It just depends on where you are, like what restaurant, if you go to a restaurant, or where you are in the world as well. I don't personally actually eat sauce on my burgers. If I do, it's usually just mayo. And I don't usually actually dip my fries in anything either. However, on occasion, I do put ketchup on them. It just depends on if they put too much potato in the fry. Less sriracha, if not, like, spicy. I definitely... I'm weird when it comes to spicy foods. If it's spicy for the sake of being spicy, I don't like it. Like, I'm there for flavor when it comes to food, not pain. I have nothing to prove by saying I can eat a food that makes me, like, want to cry. And in some cases, it makes me cry. I have nothing to prove when it comes to that. But if it's there for specifically because it adds flavor, then, like, I'm all for it. In the cases of sriracha, it's not that bad. It's not really that spicy. And in a lot of cases, it is there specifically to add some flavor. Too much potato in the fries? People put potato in their fries? Well, like, you know, like, sometimes the potato to the potato ratio is just off. Like, I don't want it to be, like, a mouthful of potato per fry. I want, like, a good amount of salt on there, and if that's off, then I gotta balance it with a nice helping of ketchup. That's all I'm saying. It's not like I hate potato. I love potato. Not sure what fries you're eating if they aren't potato. No, the potato is exactly right. It's just... I can't do the really, like, thick, like, steak fries, for example. I don't like those. I feel like that's, like... That's not even, like, a fry. That's a wedge. We have potato wedges. And I can do them. It's just, like, when you're telling me you're making a French fry, I'm expecting something a little more thin. That was not what I meant to do. Well, you know what? It is what it is. I needed the XP for the repairs anyway. We're chilling. You know, when I'm expecting, like, an actual French fry, I want, like... It's gotta have a certain potato to salt ratio, and they just always throw it off when they make it too thick. That's the disappointing part. Now, if it's like... The only one I'm not a big fan of is curly fries. Really? Oh, dude, curly fries are great. I like curly fries. Crinkle cut are okay. I feel like they're a little overhyped, but my mom disagrees. Which I guess she's free to do. It's not against the law to disagree with me there, but... If anything, I think she would beg to say that, it's against the law to disagree with her. That all said, you know... I'm trying to think, there's another... French fry that I'm, like, not, like, super particularly fond of. Sweet potato fries, I feel like are just a disappointment. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I liked them, but I always see sweet potatoes, and I always find them just, quite honestly, not as good as everybody says they are. I mean, it doesn't really retain, in my opinion, much of the potato flavor. And it's not really all that sweet either. So I don't know where they get its... I don't know where it gets its, name from. They don't really remind me of either of the things that it says it is. I like shoestring fries? Yeah. Those are pretty good. Well, they turn into fries if they're still potato. That's not a good fry. Ah, I see. You're a big fan of some, like, crispy, little bit of a crunch. I can respect that. That's the McDonald's cut, yeah. Yeah. McDonald's definitely does them pretty good. That's just what I've come to expect out of French fries is a healthy, unhealthy amount of salt. And, it's just got, like, that right amount of potato to salt. I don't know how to explain that without, like, just saying, imagine McDonald's. Like, McDonald's does a good job. You will not hear me say that very often about McDonald's. That McDonald's does a good job. I don't like McDonald's. I think it tastes like you get what you pay for. And that's not, like, a bad thing. At least they know their place, but it doesn't mean, like, I want to go there. I go there because that's where we go. Not because it's, like, a good establishment or anything like that. They just announced an action open world roguelite. That's interesting. Action open world roguelite. Roguelike and open world doesn't necessarily go together in my mind, but it definitely does. In fact, I'm kind of surprised I don't hear more about stuff like that, because that would be really cool. Or thought those three things could work. I could definitely see two of them going together. You know, action open world, definitely. Action roguelike, sure. It's sorta a roguelike. It may fall more in terms of roguelite, which is like a roguelike, but even less like a rogue. You're meant to die and try new things and learn through each time. Yeah, that's the really interesting thing about it, is just... in an open world context, that is very, very interesting. I mean, think of, like, Elden Ring, for example. That's an open world game, and you're supposed to die a lot. It sucks. I hated it. If they can actually make that enjoyable, though, I would... that's an interesting game. fast food fries go cold too quickly, but if you buy a bag of chips from Fish and Chip Shop or somewhere, they stay hot a lot longer. Then the bottom ones get all soggy. Oh no. That's fair. I definitely agree. Here we just eat our fries like immediately. But I mean, if you're not gonna eat your fries first, then like forget about warm fries as even a possibility. Don't mind soggy vinegary chip as long as the vinegar isn't too powerful. That's absolutely fair. Vinegar is not my favorite thing. I will proudly say that. I don't hate it. It's gotta be done right, but it is not my favorite thing. Usually it has to do with, like you said, if it's just too powerful, it's not right for me. That all said, I think a lot of that just stems out of the fact that I've cleaned a lot with it. And so the smell and the taste for me are very, very much connected with each other, even if they aren't used in the same contexts. And so it just, mentally speaking, I think I attach those two things to each other, and it ruins the experience for me. It's like a salt and vinegar chip, or crisp, whatever you guys call them. You don't call them crisp, do you? Wait. Maybe you just call them chips. I don't know. Anyway, salt and vinegar, I'm not a huge fan of just because I'm thinking of cleaning supplies. And I don't know how I feel about that. I think of the time I was trying to kill a bunch of mold on my walls or in my bathtub because people can't leave the fan on or whatever, you know? It's like, just, it brings me to a bad time. And you still do upgrade when you die? Okay. Crisps is fries. Chips is fries. Crisps are your chip. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I'm following. Genshin Impact and Honkai... I don't even know how to say that, to be honest. Star Rail are making a new game. Oh boy. Another game that's gonna have loot box galore and will beg me to play it so that they can sell it to people. Oh boy, yay. I know they gotta make their money somehow. I'm not trashing the game itself, although I do question a lot of it. The little bits I've seen, I'm a little uncomfortable by the very idea of it to some honest extent. I know it's enjoyable to people, so I'm not gonna dog on it. I know that's the art style especially. But they all look like children, and I can't. I don't like that. Do Switch 2 actually shows up this year? Hey! That's actually not all that impressive. Well, surprising rather, not impressive. Impressive makes sense. But it's not surprising to me exactly, because I heard Donkey Kong was pretty good. Mario Kart, I did play that one. The new Mario Kart was fun. So I did see those in the voting, but I didn't. I think I voted for Mario Kart on one of them because it was one of the only games I had played. That was the thing. Unfortunately, a lot of those games I had never touched. So I either didn't vote in that category because I just didn't care, or I voted for one that may have not necessarily been as good as others because I had never played it. Or I had only played the one game, you know? What do you call them, Nikita? I suppose you call them in your own language, but does it translate to English version or American version? Yeah, that is a good question. I do wonder. I would imagine it would probably be to the English version just due to proximity's sake. But I could definitely see it. I can definitely see it going either way. Super close to the American world. American word. I'm not backing up the UK here. Fries are fries. Hey, let's go. Well, you know, I guess you're from the land of where the fries came from, right? So like I will take that. That's like having the creator's blessing, essentially. Like that would be like an Italian saying an American pizza is the right thing, even though, like, arguably, I think they'd probably be appalled at what we put on our pizzas. But, you know, whatever. Whatever they say. What about Chris? Like, yeah, with a sandwich? I really do want to know now. Like, I'm curious. It's always interesting hearing dialect things because, like, for example, soda or soft drink or fizzy drink or pop or Coke. Everybody calls it something different. Even here in America, there's like a divide amongst like 3 different groups. And then there's little subdivisions in there as well. But, you know, it's always interesting seeing just like what everybody calls it across the whole world. Boop. I think this is just gonna go all the way to the wall. Right up to here. We're gonna have to do another line there, and I messed that up. Okay. Up. We'll also get to take a step back and look. I mean, filling it all in definitely helps kind of give us that silhouette vibe, so we can actually kind of get an idea of what this is really going to look like. Having that in there does help. Okay, that's good. So what we'll also do is we'll need that to be about as tall or maybe a little bit taller than that building. It can't be the same height as that one. That's the big one. It's either got to be notably taller or notably shorter. So I think it's going to have to be taller by a couple of blocks, maybe up to about that height there. And then that one, we're going to need a couple of sections. I think the part that juts out right there, we'll have it go up to maybe even just about the height of this building, maybe right about where that copper is there. I don't know. Wawa, like the gas station? Nobody's gonna have any idea what we're talking about now. The Dutch word is friet for fries, but I in Flemish call them frietjes, frietas, which means little fries. American chips are just chips here too. Okay, I see. That is so interesting. IHOP. Waffle House. Waffle House is so good, dude. Oh my goodness. I haven't been to a Waffle House in like... when did I go to a Waffle House last? It's been a long time. Waffle House would have been... When did he die? I guess probably like 4.5 years ago, maybe. I think that's when I last went to a Waffle House. I need to go again, dude. Man. It's an experience. 7-Eleven, Dollar General. Okay, what were we doing? Oh yeah, I needed the other block. Boop. We're just naming American staples at this point. 7-Eleven. I don't know why, but I seem to remember that being the gas station of choice for my family growing up. They were just the cheapest in the area, so it's not like we had like a brand loyalty to 7-Eleven or anything like that. But I just seem to remember that, like, distinctly. That's where we went. Because I remember seeing it in my head. But maybe it was just on July 11th we went there. Because that was 7-Eleven day. And I seem to remember there maybe being, like, was that when they did, like... That when they did the, like, Slurpee thing? They do Slurpees. Or were they Icies? Oh, my culture is slipping. Oh, no. Okay. That works, I think. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Circle K? Kroger. It doesn't surprise me, to be honest. A lot of them, people who learn English as a second language actually learn American English. That makes sense. I never have thought about that, though. You know, just like Spanish and how there's so many different Spanishes and such. You know, when it comes to English, you probably just learn whatever's not popular per se, but whatever is notable, especially in media. And when it comes to online media and the like movie industry, music industry, you're probably learning a lot of American English just off of that alone, because it makes up a bulk of, you know, Hollywood, for example, and of course you've got uh-oh. My brain just stopped. I'm sorry. I forgot what we were talking about. I'm just gonna sit down for a second. New Resident Evil game looks cool. Is it Resident Evil Requiem? If so, yes. I've seen some things about that one. It looks really, really cool. If they announce a new one, though, I have not heard anything about that. Yep. Okay, sweet. I'm glad that it still looks good, then. Quick Trip QT. Oh, man. I remember there's a really dumb pickup line one of my friends made about QT. We were doing pickup lines on a trip, and she turns around and looks at us like, "I got one." Okay, oh boy. She wasn't like funny usually. We laughed usually just out of pity. I'm trashing her and she's not even here to defend herself. Anyway, all that being said, not that it mattered. She's like, "Are you a gas station? Because I think you're a QT." And we actually found that one pretty funny. See, only real ones know Canadian English. Canadian English, there is no such thing. If there's no such thing, then what is a toque? Oh, a toque. That's like, is that the big, like, the big jackets, right? Like the coats? Isn't that a toque? Or is that maybe... No? Is the toque then what you wear on your head, like the hat? I know it's something to do with, winter wear, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty darn sure. Sounds like a French word to me. It almost definitely has French roots. Almost there? Toque. I'm thinking of like, no, not a toboggan. A toboggan is a sled. What? A toque. Elfie has talked about this before, and I can't remember it all of a sudden. And I've talked about it before with another Canadian, who is no longer with us. I say that like they're dead. They're not dead. They just don't hang out anymore. Did I put that away? I put that away. Ow. French roots. Oh, that's a surprise. Oh, hang on. And Belgium, we got British English in school. So on test, we actually had to write Chris, film, and Lori. Really? You know, that makes sense. Okay, regionally speaking, that makes a ton of sense. And then I guess after that, they just leave you to your own devices and say, you know, whatever you want to talk like, you just adopt it, I guess. They teach you enough to teach yourselves. Not English word then. I mean, like, most of English just spawns off of German, if we want to, like, get a little technical. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hate the French. I hate them more than the next guy. Like, the next guy couldn't possibly hate the French more than me. It would be my honor to remove their words from the world. But, you know, like, over half the English words are Latin Greek words. That's true. I love Latin and Greek. I was gonna learn Latin. My mom had like a whole book to teach me. And then every year, she was like, you know, I don't think you need to do it this year. And we never did it. we never ever did it. And I'm so glad that I didn't as a kid, because like I didn't want to learn a whole language without an actual teacher teaching me. Took as a beanie. Okay. I kind of like that. It sounds a little more... I don't know. A beanie is sort of adorable in terms of, like, phrasing, but toque is just... I like... That's more fun, I feel like. I don't know. After school, no one cares. It's whatever. People probably understand either way. That makes sense. Yeah. Isn't Exodus that cool space one from last year? Maybe? I don't know. If it's developed by Naughty Dog, then yes. Naughty Dog, the only reason I remember them is they were a big part of my childhood. They made Crash Bandicoot. So, like, you know when they make something as legendary as that it's gonna be good. I may do something. I think we're gonna scoot it all over by one because otherwise there's gonna be this awkward gap and I don't want to mess with it. So if we go up here, it'll be good. Up, 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 up. That is so bright. I wish I could, like, turn the sun down in brightness. Which I'm sure there's a way to do it in-game, don't get me wrong. Oh, that reminds me, there's something I needed to test with Minecraft. Hang on. How do I get there? Oh, yeah. So, in here, there's a way to turn your saturation down. Here. Okay. I just wanted to know, how does this look? Okay. I kind of want to play Minecraft in black and white. I don't know if that is a good stream idea or not. Hang on. It needs like a little touch of something else. Let's turn... Can I, like... I need, I guess... color grading. Red to red off. Blue to blue off. Green to green off. Green curve, blue curve, red curve. That should turn it off entirely. there should be like... There's no color whatsoever. Oops. So red curve, green curve, yeah, those are all still there. So I guess perhaps green to green needs like a little something. Can I reset this? Hold shift. Okay. Crap. That broke everything. I only wanted to fix the one thing. Now I gotta... Okay. I'll play around with that after stream, I think. That was an interesting thing, though. It's alright. Okay. We're fine. We're chilling. I'll have to go back, though, and mess around with that a little bit, because I kind of want to see if we could maybe do a video playing Minecraft, but in black and white, just to see if we could learn how to do it. Because I think it would get really confusing once you get to potions and dying things. Title of the universe, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. We need a bunch of deep slate stuff there. Looks like everything inside of you has died. No, you don't. Everything has died inside of me. I died a long time ago. The spark is out, guys. I'm sorry. We should go check on our bees. That's something we need to do. Also, I'm trying to think, how do I... These are oxidized already. I was just kind of thinking. Boop. See? There we go. So far not typing on here, so you wouldn't see my name. I have no clue who you are, so your identity is still anonymous to me, dude. But welcome on in, hope you're doing well. Life without color is sad. I just, like, realized just how sad it really is. Like, there's a reason we desaturate things in a sad moment on movies. But, like, I'm, like, fully realizing now just, like, how depressing that really would be to live without color. And it makes sense, too, because when I'm, like, extraordinarily happy, I say extraordinarily, like, I've ever been extraordinarily happy, but, you know, when I get very joyous at times, which is, it does happen. I'm not depressed all the time, I promise. You know, I find that color, everything does feel more vibrant and, like, colorful. Saturated, versus when, you know, I'm depressed, you don't notice, like, just how life feels, I guess. I don't know. I know, like, that's been, like, a meme online before, is the color, fading as you become an adult. It's like, when I was a kid, man, everything was so vibrant, and all this stuff, and now as I'm an adult, it's like, it's all depressing looking. And, you know, I'm just now realizing, like, maybe that's part of it. Oh well. Okay, those can be whacked and put in now that we have a farm, and it saves up a whole new slot, so we're good. I don't really have anywhere to put the rest of this right now, so put that in there. Do that, and put these over there? Sure. That works. Okay. Great, love being anonymous. Anonymous, great. Anonymity? Anonymity. Yes, that is the word. Like Nemo. Anonymity. Anonymity? How do you even say that now? Oh no. My mouth doesn't know how to stop. Anemone. Hey Siri, see anemone. It's pulling up an enemy among us. I don't know what an enemy among us is, but that's not what I was asking it. Your friends have colorful hair? Oh, you're talking about child. Okay. Who I'm assuming is Nikito, judging by your guys talking. I didn't even see you do exclamation mark YouTube. I saw all the ads, messages popping up, and I just ignore chat once that happens. I'm sorry. Well, you know, for what it's worth, I had no clue. I'm oblivious. Your friends indeed have colorful hair, though, if Nathan's referring to that. I can't see your profile picture. I'm assuming it's there. I can sort of see it, but it's like so tiny. I can't see Twitch's profile pictures, though. That's the interesting thing. I can only see YouTube's. You're talking about my friends, Nathan. Do I have friends? That's the first question. First question. Do I have friends? Second, do they have colorful hair? And I don't think oh, hello. I don't think if I do have friends, they don't have colorful hair. Largely speaking, I'm trying to think. Do I have any like friends? just plain and simple. Like I could think of a couple, but then it's like I can't even think of their hair colors anymore. Like I guess most of it's probably brown, blonde, or I have a couple of redhead friends. They're cool. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but redheads are actually pretty cool. And that sounds like redhead propaganda, but I promise you it's not. They're actually cool people once you talk to them. I should have stayed on Twitch, oh no. Small can't make out faces, just see colorful hair. Oof. Well, it's good that... I'm assuming it's good, unless you just want to, like, completely be doxxed. In that case, like, that would suck. That's fair. Twitch is where I like to be. Although I do visit YouTube on occasion. I have to have a full account, though. I used to use my, like, real name on YouTube, not with this account, but, a while ago. And that was, like, the only account I used for so many years. It's like, it has a really crazy watch history on it. And all my subscriptions are there, and unfortunately, when I moved over, I didn't carry over a lot of that stuff. But I do recall, like, I used to comment on everything with that, and, like, I'm so embarrassed, because, like, I can't go back to that account ever at this point. In fact, I have halfway thought about just deleting it outright. But another part of me would be, like, really sad to lose a lot of that as well. I don't know. Which is where all the cool people hang out. The personality isn't determined by the color of the hair. Exactly. There's, like, so many things I would love to tack on that. But I'm going to refrain because I don't want to get banned. They're not good jokes. They're just really trashy jokes. I've been brainwashed by Instagram, and I'm not funny anymore. I used to be funny. I am a changed man. I just need to remind myself that sometimes. Hey, you don't make those jokes anymore. They're not funny. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, that's not funny. And sometimes it's like, that would be funny in a certain context. Twitch and YouTube isn't that context ever. Because most people don't know you're joking. On Instagram, you could get away with that stuff. Which I have thought about trying to stream on Instagram, just to see what happens. I don't like posting there. For a lot of reasons. But it is a place I would like to try to mess around with at some point. I don't know. That's a long time ago at a concert. I haven't seen any of them ever since. Real on Twitch doesn't have a picture or a shameful name. Nah, it's a cool name. They're chill. It's also an oof. I'm trying to think. There was a question I had about it. I don't remember. Forgetfulness is a problem. Oh, guys. I'm going back to the doctor soon. I'm so hyped. It's about time. But I'm supposed to go back Monday and get like all the results, hopefully. And hopefully he can refer me out to wherever he needs to send me. So I'm gonna try. If he thinks it's suitable, we're gonna go with cardiology next. And I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna storm the building, and hopefully they'll like actually help me this time. We'll see. But maybe they can explain me. That's all I want, is somebody to explain it and then say, yeah, watch out for this. Chances are they probably won't really do much, though, is the truth, unfortunately. But, you know, it's okay. Also, why are my pixels black? Like, do you see that? My little, like, arm thing is black when it should be white. I'm confused. Why is that? Oop. White there. I don't know. Very interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited about that. It's a fun thing. Name is cool. Picture of small so no one can tell what you look like. So I went where, yeah, you're fine. Your privacy is still mostly safe, unless like at some point in the future somebody sees that specific combo of hair colors and vague pixels like all put together, and they're like, that's Nikita. Like, in that case, the odds would be insane. Never zero, but insane. Absolutely insane. There was something flying in the air. Did you guys see that? I thought I saw it. I don't know. Why are you on my screen? Ah, sheep! Hi, how's it going, dude? Good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Why are you awake? I guess it's not that late. I was about to go, dude, like, go to sleep. But it's not, like, that bad. Good luck with the doctors. Hope they eventually figure out why you're so good looking. You're too nice, dude. I don't know about that. but I appreciate it. Hello, TJ. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I'm as well. How art thou? It's 2 a.m. Oh, no. I hope you go to sleep soon. But it's good to see you. I'm doing okay. I'm pretty tired, but I'm hanging in there. I bet Kaz is freaking out. Oh, I'm sure. I don't know. Is he hanging in VC? No, he's not. I was gonna say, sometimes he watches it in VC with some of his friends. Or some of our friends, I guess. I acted like they weren't my friends. They're my friends too, I promise. But yeah, no, they're not in there, so I don't know. I'll have to talk to him about it, though, and see what he thinks. The only thing that would make it better for him is if, like, they announced a new Persona game as well. Like, he would be, like, so hyped. Whenever in YouTube live streams anyway, I totally don't care. Fair enough. Some things can't be explained, Nathan. Oh, man. You guys are nice. You know, I will say this. If any of you ever go to a genetics doctor, be prepared. I wasn't prepared for this. At the end of the appointment, after all the thing that I came there for, he came in and he's looking at me and he touches all my bones and then he says, relax. And I'm like, okay. He's like, he looks at me, he says, look to his side. He's like, okay, you got descended chin or something like that. And he's like, you got big nose. Hairline is interesting. Your ears are a little larger. He's like, I'm not being mean. It's just genetics. I'm like, trying not to take it personally because it's not bad. It's not bad. Like you said, it's just genetics. It's just how you look. Ultimately, he's not like trying to make fun of you in any sort of way, but these are things that people generally speaking would, if they were to try to make fun of you, probably would poke at. But he was just trying to make notes so that he could build a profile, essentially. So it was just like, it was very shocking at first when he started doing that because I wasn't expecting it. Didn't bug me after the fact, but if any of you ever go get genetic testing, just be aware. They're not being mean. They're just building a profile of what your facial features are so that they can kind of get an idea of some other things as well. It's very interesting because I mean he could look at me and go, yeah, you probably got this kind of ancestry to some degree, and like, what? Excuse me? Huh? How? What? Like, now if you take a DNA test and find out all that stuff, it may come back a little different. Like, no, that's what my brothers came back as. So, like, he was on point. But it was just shocking, I guess. I have a very big request of you. What's the request, Sheep? I may have a very big response for you. I need to know the secret. You know, the secret is being chronically in pain, I guess, and extreme lightheadedness when you stand, with potential neurological problems, maybe. But if you have all those things, you can look as good as me. According to the genetics guy. Has nothing to do with any of that, but we can say it does. I found that if you're just trying to be attractive, at least in my opinion, the most attractive people are the people that look like they are having a good time. That whole nonchalant thing, I don't understand people in love with that look. Personally, somebody that looks happy, and who seems maybe not necessarily stable in like the classical sense that we might think of, but like content enough on what they're doing that they're not like unhappy in a large extent. Like, that goes a long way. Now, maybe it doesn't save everybody. It doesn't save me. That's for sure. Like, you know, my grandmother always told me, she's like, man, I bet the ladies are lining up to talk to you. I never had the heart to tell her no. No, they weren't. And now I don't have the ability to tell her no. No, they aren't. But, you know, Grandma does lie about some things, is what I've learned. And that's okay. You know, she knew I needed those lies at some point in time. The only thing she didn't lie was, that, you know, that I am very handsome. I can confirm that. But, you know, apparently it's, like, really bad to talk too good of yourself. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I don't look as good as I think I do. I just look in the mirror and tell myself I am that way. It's really hard to argue with yourself, is what I've learned. If you just tell yourself that you are something, you will automatically become it. You just gotta lie to yourself enough times that it becomes truth, or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that one out myself to some degree. Like, I have parts of it figured out, but not all of it, you know? The secrets are still being unlocked. May I call you for 20 seconds? I understand if not. You're just a silly fella. I am a silly guy. You can? Are you wanting it to be on stream, or are you wanting, like... Is it a private thing? Because if it's a private thing, I can mute you. Up to you, though. You're making a new Lego Batman game? Yes. Yes, I'm super excited about that. It looks so much like the one I grew up playing, back in, like, 2009, maybe? I don't know. It was on PlayStation 2, the very first Lego Batman game. It reminds me a lot of that in a lot of regards, and I'm so nostalgic about just even thinking about it. But it's also got a bunch of the, like, new stuff. Like, it looks a lot like if Lego Batman was merged with the Arkham games. Really, really cool thing. I'm excited. Sounds pretty bad to me. I knew these things. I don't need a doctor to point them out. I'm sure if you ask them, maybe they would tell you they won't. They won't tell you what they see, but I don't know. It was jarring at first, though, because it started with him just pulling on all of my limbs to see if they were gonna pop out. And then it suddenly moved from that, like, rapidly. Oh, you said something about, yeah, you said Yakuza game and then a Street Fighter movie. Street Fighter movie will probably be pretty cool. On stream? Oh, sweet, yeah. Call me. I will answer. Most critical wins content creator of the year. That does not surprise me. Charlie deserves it, dude. Hello?
Hey, don't forget to build a carrot farm. Also, I was gonna say heal your pickaxe, but you got that. And also, hi.
Hi. I will build a
Hi.
carrot farm. We can do that.
Thank you.
I got a
Okay,
nice
bye.
plot of land. Bye. Oh. Sheep is a silly guy. It reminds me of going back to the brain rot conversation the other day. Moist was one of those brain rot things. That doesn't surprise me. Also, Sheep, you need to go to bed, dude. Go sleep. Go sleep. You need it. I say that. I can't really, like, get on to you too much about it, but it's not gonna stop me from trying. Oh, you're supposed to look like you're having fun in life. I know. At least for me, personally, that is what I have found is, like, one of the most attractive traits to me. I have no proof that that works on anybody else. I could be the anomaly here, and everybody else is like, no, that's awful. Why would you want somebody who looks like they're happy? I want to be the only source of their happiness so that they will never leave me. Like, that might be the strat now that I'm thinking about it. Find somebody so desperate that they have no choice but to stay with you forever. Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to do that, because that would be bad. It's terrible. That was loud. But nobody could stop me if I did. Like, is it that bad? Is that a sin? I don't think so. Marvel announced a Mortal Kombat like game, like a 2D one. Oh, what was it called? I remember seeing something about that. Marvel Rising Suns is not the game. What was it called? What was it called? I recall it though. It could be interesting though. Very interesting. Don't tell me what to do, shaking my head. I have the right to my own schedule. That's fair. Reschedule the schedule. Rust Mobile. That's an interesting pick. Why not put like the most toxic game of all time on? I say most toxic game of all time. Valorant takes the cake on mobile though. Fighting Souls, is that what it was called? I don't recall that being the title, but maybe. Marvel was not Cosmic Invasion. What is Cosmic Invasion? I have no clue. I had never seen that before. Don't recall, and now I can't find it. It was on here at one point. I don't know. Maybe it was called Fighting Souls. That doesn't sound right in my head. But I guess so. I mean, I can't. I could be very wrong. Also, do you want me to send you a pack that saves intermittent noises? I need to set up, I've got Vanilla Tweaks profile I use usually. I just haven't put it on here. That has a quieter intermittent sound. Because that's the problem. It's not so much that I hate the sound, it's just it's stupid loud compared to everything else. So I need to get the one that does the quieter ghasts, Enderman, Ender Dragon, and there's another one that it quietens. Quiets? I think that's just the term. I don't know. English. You know what I'm trying to say, I think. But, you know, I love those packs. I need to get some soon. But now we're already about to update to 1.21.11, and it's like, I can't win. I can't stay updated. There's a mod that lets you set a custom volume for all sense. You know, do I have that one? I used to. Not on this profile, though. But yeah, you're right. What is it? Is it just called volume controller or something like that? I don't remember. I do recall using that personally at one point. I guess it must have been on my King SMP instance. I don't know. I need to unify my mod packs at some point. It's on Discord. Thank you. I will look that all up here in a minute. Or not in a minute. Probably after stream. But I appreciate that, dude. You're amazing. Up. Up. There we go. Oh. Okay. I'm, like, fumbling so hard right now. See, Neo Cubist is that one? Volume adjust each sound. Can't remember what it's called. Yeah. It bugs me that I can't remember. I definitely should. I used to use it all the time. It's really helpful for things like that. Because you could... It wasn't just the fact that you could change, like, certain mob sound volumes. It was, like, the whole... You could change each individual sound. So it was, you know, if you wanted to change certain music discs or certain sounds from the warden. Because, like, the heartbeat sound with the warden is loud. But there's also other sounds that the warden make that are even louder. So I would use that, especially with it, to make it quieter if I needed to. I need to call you one more time? Go for it. I will answer. I think that's right. I don't... Can't see. Uh-oh. No. Okay. Just land. Right here. Boop. Hello?
I was gonna say before I left before, but I forgot. Follow. Follow the the reg boy.
You don't gotta follow me.
You do. It's very important. I'm not here. Thanks for the follow.
Hello?
Yay.
What? Sheep. You know, I'm not mad. I'm not even disappointed. I'm just shocked. I'm amazed, is what I am. Thank you for the follow, Sheep. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think Sheep might be the only person that has ever been able to talk on my stream and hasn't followed. Laura Croft. Not... Okay. You know, I'm not gonna... Bumblebee. Crazy. I'm like... I'm just shocked. Like, how did that happen? You know, GG's though, like... Wow. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. She has a gun, though. That's not uncharacteristic. I mean... Not completely and totally uncharacteristic. I mean, like... I don't even know who she usually fights, to be honest. I know, like, usually she's, like, out there, and then she's trying to get an artifact before other people are. It's basically Indiana Jones. Sort of, if I'm not mistaken. So, it makes sense. I would not want to be in her way, though. Appreciated? Always, dude. All of y'all are appreciated. Like... I don't like dwelling on this point too much, but it always blows my mind that you guys want to spend your time here. Like... How that happened, I don't know. I'm thankful for it, though. I really am. I'm more important. I'm Sheep. You are Sheep. You're very important. Even me? No, I don't appreciate you being here, Swiftu. Like, if you weren't here, my life would be better. That's so mean. No, dude. Even you, yes. Like, you could be focusing on watching the Game Awards. But, like, you're choosing to actually split your attention and your, Oh, I made the wrong thing. Dang it. I'm tired. Alert, welcome back. Okay, I need to fix that. Nope. By the way, Reg Boy, your hair is floofy and I love it. It's a little long right now, but I want to get it cut. But my mom has had like 2 surgeries and probably won't feel like cutting it even after she recovers. And I don't really like it when other people cut my hair. That's long. It's not long, but it's long for me. Why am I still... Keep placing the wrong blocks. There we go. How many subs for Admiral to give you a buzz cut? Gosh, no. I used to do a buzz cut as a kid. I hate it. Like, I did it as a kid thinking it looked cool on me, but it did not do me any favors. Some people pull it off. I cannot. I realize that I'm one of those guys that needs his hair. Otherwise, you know, I mean, look at that hairline. The doctor wasn't lying, guys. Like, I'm balding. I'm balding. Otherwise, you know, like, if I let my hair actually down, I don't know if I can get it to go down. But, like, I could do, like, bangs, you know? It could be nice. 7 head, I know. Proper 5 head, like, I can actually, my thumb is right up to the hairline there. It's terrible. Just, it's very thick hair, too. There's so much back there. No matter how long I sleep, I literally can't wake up in the morning. Coral, I felt you there, dude. I'll let you know if I ever figure out what in the world to do about that, but from my understanding, apparently, you just... apparently people just do it. I don't understand how. I've never been able to just do it. But everything I've tried doesn't work, so... I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I come up with anything. Went to bed at 8 p.m. last night and set an alarm for 6:30, then fell back asleep and woke up again at 9 a.m. Dude, I'm so sorry. That sucks. I've gotten so many just get ups. Yeah. It's like, that's not helpful. In my cases, I've tried to find the medical answer, and it's turned up blank. There doesn't seem to be, like, one specific thing. Like, there's some possible leads, but it doesn't seem really good, especially considering, like, it's becoming more and more inconsistent as we go. Would you take 100 subs? 100 subs times 6 would be $600. I'd get 300 of that. $300 for, like, maybe 2 months of that, because it would start growing back about month 2. It would kind of be closer to normal. That's tempting. That's really tempting. I would say for 100 subs, probably, yeah. I would probably let Admiral give me a buzz cut. That would be worth it. But Admiral couldn't take a cut out of it. That's the problem. I think he might try to take a cut. I don't know. New follower goal, buzz cut on stream. I ain't doing it for followers. You guys gotta work for this one. Jeez. Follower-wise, if I were to do it for followers, it would have to be a crazy goal. Like, if we hit... I don't want to put, like, a number on it, because then you guys are going to actually make it happen. I don't want to make it happen. If it was, like, a really crazy number, though, I would consider it. Oh my gosh. If I hit $500, I'll donate 100 subs. I would cry. Maybe not cry. I don't know. Force 3-bet takes place in a mystery planet after a spaceship crash. That was insane. That is a crazy idea. Huh. Boop. Boop, boop. Can you play a song? Probably not. People in my house are probably getting ready to sleep. And guys, my dad pulled up my stream. a couple days ago and heard the music stuff, and I'm never gonna recover after that. Like, it was so awkward. Cause he knew that he was gonna find it. And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you did music on your stream." But he knew. He knew exactly what he was doing. He heard me the night before. And I want to disappear so badly. Like, so badly. I missed so many doctor's appointments, dude. I felt that. The only reason I ever make it to mine is because my parents wake me up sometimes. But I can't do mornings. Thankfully, my doctor's appointment this time around is going to be at 4. So, like, I'm one of the last ones in, but it works out for me. I might have woken up in the middle of the night and fell back to sleep and just not remembered. I don't know. That's definitely possible. That is definitely possible. I had an app on my phone. I still have it. That it requires you to do math in order to turn off the alarm. It is so annoying. And, like, it's not hard math, but when you're waking up in the morning and your brain isn't working at all, it sucks. Especially because you're, like, trying to carry the 1 in your head. I can't. It makes sure I'm awake, but I can't move. My body just doesn't really, like, stay moving. I get really cold, and then I start to feel a little ill because I'm cold and standing up in the middle of, like, my room, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. When I get $500, I'll take 800 subs. Coral, if you do, that would be insane. Save $200 right now. What if we all contribute $100? That's an idea. I'm broke. Disappearing isn't okay unless I'm the cause. You know, I appreciate that. That is a comforting thought. I will never disappear unless Sheep says so, guys. Understand the pain exactly, but I've had something similar happen. Oh, I believe it. I set it to calculus? I'll check. Probably. Well, maybe not calculus, but you can set it to stupid stuff. Like, let's see. So you've got math, which has crazy equations up to 162 times 87 plus 1,878. All the way down to, like, 3 plus 4. You've got find color tiles, typing, missing symbols. You have to take a certain amount of steps. That's pro mode. There's a QR barcode that you have to you print out, and you go put it somewhere in your house, and you have to go scan it to turn it off. Shaking your phone, taking a picture of a certain item, squats, household item hunt. So it tells you that you have to find a specific item and you have to take a picture of it. Like, if it tells you take a picture of your toilet, you take a picture of the toilet, and then it tells you if you found a toilet or not, I guess. I don't know. Geometry? I don't think it does any geometry, thankfully. I go, bye-bye. Thanks for letting me annoy you on stream. No problem, Sheep. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Go sleep. Thanks for hanging out, though. Mid-morning or mid-afternoon is best. Too early doctor just wants to rush through and move on to the next. Too late doctor wants to rush through and go home. That is so fair. My doctor is pretty good. He's used to the commute because he's got a really long one. And I think he just stays local in the area until he's ready to go home on the weekends. So, he's pretty cool, though. And he's like, you know, you got to advocate for yourself because doctors don't do their job sometimes. Like, I will always try to do my job. But if you feel like I'm not doing something for you and you need me to do it, like, tell me. And I love that about him. He's pretty thorough. Let me go grab my charger. My phone's almost dead. A lot of people don't realize this. Like 10 8-foot cables for your phone, game changer. Absolute game changer. I can sit almost anywhere in my bedroom and my my phone charger will reach. It's so great. So I like reapply the blanket here. I'm cold. It doesn't matter, like, it doesn't seem to matter what I do. Like, I'm wearing like really thick socks right now, and they're not doing their job. But if I don't have a toilet and use an outhouse, I guess you gotta go take a picture of your outhouse. I don't know. Oh, I need to read. I have insomnia. No. Insomnia sucks. I will talk about... I don't have insomnia. I have, like, a different set of issues that some would call discipline issues. I feel like it's a little unfair to call them that entirely, but I also understand why you might. What app? It's called Alarmy. Alarmy. It's a really good app. You can tell it how many equations you need to set, and when you want to wake up, what days you want to wake up at that time, and as long as you leave it open at night, it will ring, and it will annoy you. It'll annoy you so much. I accidentally left it on when I was going to go visit somebody, and I had woken up by myself at a really stupid hour. Like, I couldn't go back to sleep. I woke up at 5 in the morning, I think. I had only slept for maybe 4 hours total. But I woke up at 5 or 6. And I was like, well, I'm awake. I'll try to go back to sleep. Got back in bed, couldn't go back to sleep. Got out of bed, walked around a little bit, got back in bed, couldn't fall back to sleep. So I decided I was awake. I was going to take a shower, watch some TV, all those things. And I forgot about the alarm because I didn't need it. Well, I get in the car with them and we're driving around and going somewhere, and next thing I know, my phone is buzzing. Oh no, and it's making a bunch of noise. I'm like, I was super embarrassed about it because, like, I don't like telling people usually that I don't sleep, and that the only way I can sleep or wake up is if a phone forces me to do math. But then you're trying to do the math and you feel bad because you're struggling to do basic math that they can do. And they're like, hey, I can do it. I can do the math. And it's like, I know you can do it, but I need to do it for my own pride. Hello, Liberty. Welcome on in. Also, hello, TJ. Hope you're doing well. But that was an embarrassing experience a little bit. Just for me. Dignity thing. Exactly. You don't understand. I could literally do 100 jumping jacks and change into regular clothes and then hop back in bed and fall asleep. It's bad. No. Actually, I think I do get it. Like, doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number 2. Oh. No, I get it, Coral. You're actually, like, dead on there. I get up. I get in my chair. Usually I get in my chair. Sometimes I stand. Sometimes I get back in bed. I do the math. And I'm like, I just need to rest for a second. Like, I'm out of air. There's not enough blood in my brain. I'm not aware of what's going on. I could fall. Any sort of thing. If I sit or or if I get in bed, I'm back out. And I've changed. I usually leave a pair of clothes ready to change into the next day, just in case. I leave plenty of water on the desk. The problem is, I'm not motivated in the morning to get out of bed and stay out of bed. And I'm not motivated in the morning to take my meds or drink water. Which is terrible, I know. It's awful. I want to get better about that. But for whatever reason, in my head, it sounds draining to even do that. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. But to even just take my meds or pick up my water or drink it, I can't get myself to do it most mornings. And so I fall back asleep, and I wake up a couple hours later until, like, it's at an embarrassing hour, like maybe 3 p.m. at sometimes. When it's like, I know my parents are going to be mad at me for sleeping in so much, but, like, I can't help it. Well, I can help it. I don't know how I can help it, but I can help it. And, you know, I found that I just seem to not... I seem to not be motivated when I wake up, and that's the core issue of it, is I could do everything, and those things do help to some degree, because on the chance that maybe, like, I really feel motivated when I wake up and I can do all those things, it, you know, Alarmy helps. But at the end of the day, I found that it doesn't really save me. It helps, but unfortunately, I don't think it'll stop the core issue. I don't know. You sleep. I gotta go. Bye. See ya, TJ. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. I live in Germany. I'm skipping class because I was late. That's fair. I don't blame you. Pretty early, so it's pretty hard to get there on time for sure. But school is important as well, so try not to neglect it if you can help it at all. But I totally get it. You're not gonna get an earful from me, that's for sure. I ain't your mama. Nah, no, that was the song lyric. You said it doesn't seem to matter what I do, and I thought of that. Oh, okay, I gotcha. It doesn't seem to matter how hard I try. Keep that in mind. It's fine. Rhyme to play in due time. That all I know. Time is a valuable thing. Watch fly by as the pendulum swings. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of the time I tried so hard. No, that I skip so much of that song. I can't. One thing, and I don't know why. It doesn't matter how hard I try. Keep that in mind. It's fine. It's rhyme to play in due time. That all I know. Time is a valuable thing. Watch fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down. Life fades away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out below. I don't. Oh, Linkin Park. In the end. But I can't recall the lyrics. Dang it. I could definitely do that. Linkin Park raps are easy for the most part. Watch time flies right out the window. Didn't even know. Oh. I don't know why I can't recall some of these. I know a lot of it. Some of it is slipping my mind. I'm old. I was studying English for like the first half of high school. That's completely fair. New 007 game? Hey, that's exciting. Is this a port of or no, that was already done. I was gonna say, is this a port of the Switch game? But no, that was done a while ago. So a new one is cool. That's exciting. 007. We love to see it. Like Canadian English that doesn't even exist. Oh no. um. There we go. The double double? A double double? What? I'm confused. A double double. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I heard of British English and American English. Here before you say Canadian English isn't real. Double double. What in the world is a double double? Double double is a quadruple. Good answer. That is probably the best answer you could have come up with there. I respect it. Okay. Those in. So I don't have like a very detailed building. This took me a lot longer than I thought it was. So we're kind of in danger because I don't know how much of this I'm actually gonna get done. Detailing it sounds like a nightmare. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll get there when we get there. That's the important part. Does double is x2? x2 is the same as 4. I guess the question would be, is the double being doubled, or is the doubling doubling? I don't... Wait. Does that make any sense? I don't know if that made any sense. I'm trying to, like, explain that. I don't... Double... I don't even know what a double-double is. Unless you want to count it as 2 squared. Thank you. Okay, yes. X squared. That's what I was trying to say. Double of number. Although I guess squaring a number would be like I guess that would be multiplying itself by itself, not necessarily doubling it. No. I'm right there with you, Nikita, and it's not even that late for me, dude. I barely passed math in a lot of cases, so I did the bare minimum. I hated that thing. I'm just gonna, like, jump off a cliff. I had no clue if I was gonna live that. I, quite frankly, didn't care. We'll do that, and we'll turn all those into slabs. Anyway, it's a coffee? The coffee. Wait. I've never heard of that. What kind of coffee? Is it like... Is it double espresso, maybe? Coffee usually with 2 creams, 2 sugars. Okay, I see. That makes sense. Okay. I think it makes sense. It makes sense enough to me, anyway. I can see it. I need more. Oh, I'll just take all of this and do it. It's whatever. If I use it, great. If I don't, I'll use it later. I'll stop it there. And then this side will come over like so. Okay. That does look good. It took us 3 hours to do that all though. How much time do I want to spend on this, really? Let me check something. I want to see... Did YouTube ever, like, actually... No, still doesn't say a single thing about whether we're in the shorts feed or not. I feel like I'm being nerfed the way they set this up. I don't know. By not being able to send the vertical feed how I want to, it's a less entertaining experience. I'm gonna reload and just see what it does. Okay. Yeah, it's still carrying on, I think. Okay. I mean, the view duration time is actually longer, but the overall views are down. Yeah, I don't think it's working, like, at all. I don't know if there's a way to fix that or not. I'll look into it. I will look into it. It's busted. Okay. I need, I guess, to decide what part of this I'm gonna do right now. Because you guys had ads not too long ago. How long ago was it? 9:49? Okay, so... Hey Siri, set a timer for 30 minutes. We'll go for 30 minutes or so. Hogwarts Legacy is free on Epic Games. I paid $80 for that game. That is insane. That is actually insane. $80? Wow. And then for free. I mean, I got quite a lot of free games off of Epic, so it doesn't surprise me necessarily, but it does shock me a lot also. That's a really good pick for Epic. That's a W, honestly, for them. First, hello, Cheek. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well, dude. Good to see you. False. Sheep. Wow. How's it free? Epic does a lot of, they give away a lot of games. Just to get people to use their products. So they probably, I know they usually pay the developers to basically host it. I don't know how much they actually pay them, though, is the thing. I know it's less than per copy, so ultimately, you know, like, they're still making less than if a million people bought it if they get it through that, but they're making more because a lot of people who don't buy games very much will go through there and pick it up for free. It's a great deal for developers, really. I don't know. False. First week of my new job for real. Still enjoying it? Cheek and sheep have beef. Damn sheep, we do. Janet, Sheep, I apologize. I guess so. No, I apologize. Now they're beefing over apologies, I guess. Putting it in a narrative inside my brain. Red got a giveaway channel on his Discord that notifies free games from Epic and Steam. I do. I need to ask you guys something. What do you guys think about, should I change it from being giveaway pings to, change giveaway ping into, like, free game ping? And then we'll have a new ping set up for the giveaways. Because I'm trying to think, you know, I don't want people to be spammed with notifications that they don't want. But at the same time, like, if it doesn't bother you guys, then I'm, like, making an issue out of nothing. It takes me 2 seconds to set up it. So it's not, like, that big of a deal, but I also understand, like, if you join the Discord, you may be going, oh, King's gonna run a giveaway, and then you get hit with a ping every week, and I'm not even the guy that's giving away that game. I don't know. I don't know. Morally, I don't want it, not even for free, but it kind of looked cool. That's fair. That's completely fair. If I'm being completely honest, I don't care. It's not the right attitude to have, young lady. That's crazy. I don't care either, to be honest. That's completely fair. If you guys don't care, then I'll leave it alone. At least for now, until it bugs me and I feel bad again. I let myself get in my head too much about some of that stuff that, quite frankly, doesn't matter and probably never really ever did matter, but I tell myself it does. Okay, we need to do stuff, right? Free game ping makes sense if you're setting up a giveaway one. Yeah. I may change it. We'll add it to the to-do list. It'll be like a small thing, and I'll update it, and then I'll feel like I did something, and then I'll be happy. Being happy is fun. I like being happy. The more happy I look, the more attractive I am. Right? We've been over this. Until I look too happy, then I look psychotic. That's the problem with that theory. It's a great idea until people start going, oh, maybe he's a psycho. Maybe we don't want to hang out with him. Which, fair enough. I get it. You're not the right attitude to have. Dang. Fighting words there. Kind of thinking we kind of go out like this. I don't know. I haven't... We're testing things. That feels a little grungy. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I'll only hang out with you if you're psycho. An evil, evil fellow. I can be evil on occasion. I'm trying to think of my most evil take at this current point. I don't think Mojang is evil or lazy because they don't put out as much updates as modders do. That's pretty evil, isn't it? I'm so evil! Haha! Come get me. No, I don't think that. I don't think that really qualifies either. I think that's morally the right answer, but maybe not. I don't know. A lot of people disagree with me there, and, you know, that's their prerogative. They're wrong. But I can't stop them in their wrongness. I can only say, you know, maybe you have it wrong. That's all I can say. Bro, my Epic Games just changed languages? Oh no. Oh no. Oof. To be honest, you can pull Huz on personality on alone. I feel like you're That is a lie. Survey says that is a lie. But if you say so. If you say so. Maybe only the ones worth having around. Who me thinks that you can't pull out all. Sorry, I'm feeling dang. That's rough. I seem to remember Nathan actually saying something about a time that he did pull, but I can't remember. But it sticks out in my head that, like, maybe you did? I don't know. I don't know. Do I like that? I don't know. Kind of like it being flush with the rest of the wall just because of, I don't know. The way the city has been so far, it's kind of been that, so I don't want to mess that aesthetic up. I'm kind of thinking we go up with, like... Oh, I'm hungry. Food. Is it at least a fun language? That's the real question. Change it to Zulu. 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 I think, what is Zulu? I've heard that language before. What is it? I don't like what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Give me a second. I think. Mine is the hate on Sabrina was so forced. Sabrina Carpenter when Man's Best Friend was announced. I pop and hang on. It is tight. I don't hate her, and I don't hate her music. I think it's a vibe, and I think it's a lot of fun. But I don't. I don't love what she chooses to write about, and I understand that's kind of part of it is, you know, she was writing to make fun of it, I think, but it wasn't my style personally. You know, I'm not a huge Taylor. I like Taylor Swift, especially her old stuff. Her new stuff, I'm iffy on. But she has songs that I really despise because she chooses to write about topics that I just feel like she didn't need to go that route. She was actually a very positive influence on women in general, young women in general, and saying, like, yeah, you can carve your own path. You don't have to sell yourself and all these other things. And then, yeah, she went off and wrote Wood. I'm about to crack my back. I don't know if this is going to come through the mic. You can, if it's going to bug you, just wait until I give you the thumbs up. In the meantime, you can just, like, mute the stream. But it probably won't come. Try this side again. Aye. I don't want to Lancer my games. I want to play them. I fixed it. We are free. Quinzinjani? According to Google Translate, that's what's up. Interesting. For real? For real. Like the album cover I hate? Yeah, absolutely. I love Love Story. Love Story is great, yeah. Love Story is good. I like all of her old stuff. Anything clear up to the Red era is peak. Then you get down to stuff that I'm not necessarily always a huge fan of, but I can tolerate, or it was an okay song. That's not to say you guys can't enjoy it. Like, if you guys disagree with me, by all means, disagree with me. Like, it's okay. I'm not gonna have my feelings hurt. I remember when Superman was controversial. I love that song. Like, it is a bop. And I don't feel like what she wrote objectified anybody, which is my big issue currently with a lot of music in general in that scene is it's very objectifying. I'm not for that. I don't know. I think women are worth a lot more than their bodies, and the music we consume does play a role in our mentality to a certain degree. And I that might be a controversial take, but I will die on that hill. I'm sorry. Like, come at me with swords if you and pitchforks if you have to. Like, I don't care. But women, you're pretty cool. Don't sell yourself short. You can tolerate it, yeah. Tortured Poets Department was not really great. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. And then I haven't really listened to the new album very much. I heard like part of one of the songs, and then I'm trying to think. Midnight's had some good stuff on there. The Lover album had some good stuff. I like the anthology more than just Tortured Poets Department. That's fair. Yeah, they had some good. There was some good stuff on the anthology. Evermore had a couple of good ones. Folklore had a couple of good ones. 1989 was just a banger album. I mean, really good. Speak Now had good stuff. Red was perfection. I very rarely say that about any album, but that one was perfection. It was kind of like Linkin Park's From Zero, in my opinion. Like, it was up there and just peaked. And I know a lot of people disagree with me on that one. Linkin Park's From Zero was good. I don't want to, like, tell you guys you can commit acts of terror against me, but, like, that one might be worth dying on a hill for as well. Emily Armstrong isn't that bad. I'm just saying. Or if you're a Spicy Beat Peppers listener, then you're probably not the greatest. Dang. I'll go back to Beat Saber. This does remind me, did you hear that song I sent you a long time ago? I don't think so. I saw the album art. I do remember that. But I think that's where I stopped. I don't know if I saw anything before or after that in terms of songs. I remember listening to the album that you sent me that one time. A couple. Folklore was peak. Let me check the track list on that one again. Maybe I'm misremembering some of the ones on there. A underrated artist, A Firm Handshake. They just got back on Spotify too. They're great. We'll open up the deluxe edition there. Cardigan was good. Exile was good. My Tears Ricochet was okay. Mirrorball was good. Illicit Affairs, I felt, I don't know, I don't hate it. I know, Coral, you at least enjoy it to some degree, because I seem to remember you quoting it in chat a couple days ago. This Is Me Trying was okay. The rest of them, I've only listened to a couple of times, and that's for a reason. And that may be brutal to say. I don't know. It's just it's just not my vibe, and that's okay. I'm sure in a certain moment, maybe it would hit me differently. Maybe. Possibly. Okay, we need to do something there. What do we do? So, like, that's an entrance. So, entrances usually have, like, from the build style we've done so far, it's usually met with, like, some lights or some sort of symbol, like here, for example, or there. Here as well. See, you know, lights seems to be pretty good. Mad Woman and Peace. I kind of vaguely remember Mad Woman. I don't recall Peace, like, at all, if I'm honest. So I'm hearing we can send you albums and you'll check them out. More than likely, yeah. Yeah, if you specifically ask me to check out stuff, I will usually try to find time. If there's just like a specific artist or a couple of songs that you want me to check out, I can almost definitely make time for that. I actually have a playlist on Spotify dedicated to music that people send me, and I listen to that in my free time, and whenever I find a song I like, I move it to my other playlists. So I actually get to get introduced to a lot of artists through you guys, and a lot of different music genres and styles that I may have not otherwise been introduced to and listened to in the car. So it's really fun to do that. No one likes the Mad Woman. What a shame she went mad. The lyric sounds familiar, but I could not tell you the tune. It's too much time. I have a lot of time to procrastinate because a 30-minute task is like a 2-hour task for me. So anything that can get me distracted is welcome. Right, lately it's been Linkin Park. Whenever I am listening to music and Linkin Park pops up, I have to like stop what I'm doing and go, oh yeah, here we go. This one's gonna be like, this one's gonna be a banger. And then I remember, oh yeah, I live with my parents. I can't just scream, put me out of my misery, 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 and then like let out a really, really fun grinding scream there. Because that would be really concerning at 4 in the morning. But if it weren't 4 in the morning, it would be slightly less concerning. Now in the car, on the other hand, things change in the car. Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Songs for me on there? Probably. I could check. I've got it down to 150 songs. Like, I really am trying. I'm really, really, really trying. Let's see. You popped in about a year ago, so according to this, when did I add stuff from a year ago? 2024 would have been a year. Okay. I'm just kind of looking over this very, very briefly. No, that would have not been you. That was somebody else. Did you recommend Lofty? That may have been SwiftU. I don't know. Lana Del Rey, Summertime Sadness. I don't know if you recommended that one. Alec Benjamin. I think that may have been more SwiftU though. I was a fan of Alec Benjamin before that. outside of that, I don't think you would have suggested any of these. Stick season was Ellently. And then somebody recommended the Ultra Kill soundtrack. I haven't listened to that yet. I need to. I got K-pop Demon Hunters on here. Although I don't think it was just you that suggested that, if anything. I'm thinking you may have not Paramore, Last Hope. But again, I was into Paramore before, but I do remember us talking about Paramore. You like Paramore, right? Now we're at really recent stuff that you definitely didn't suggest. Okay. You said add Peace and Mad Woman. Okay. I can do that. Mad Woman. Don't play it. I need to add. It won't let me add it to a playlist. Come on. Add to the playlist. And then you said Peace by Taylor Swift. Add to playlist. Boop. Yeah, if you guys have suggestions, please, by all means. Only one good singer came out of Canada, and that was Shania Twain. Like songs I sent him. Are you insulting Celine Dion? Celine Dion is nice. Don't worry, all my music is sad. I'm not saying that to anyone, but if others do, I might learn about some other cool artists. No, it's all good. I listen to a lot of sad music. Sad, angry. I listen to a lot of music. I have never thought about that. My music follows like a lot of different. Terrible pronunciation of Lafayette? No. What do you mean, terrible pronunciation? What do you mean? About Avril Lavigne? Yeah, she's cool. She's really cool. You can't go wrong with her. Tate McRae? Tate McRae's pretty cool. I haven't listened to enough of her stuff. Peak didn't win multiplayer game of the year. Who won? What? Huh? Yeah, so I gotta suggest more songs. Absolutely. Pop Demon Hunters was cringe, but pretty good. It was a good movie, but there were some glaring issues with it, in my opinion, that left me a little unsatisfied. It was a good enough movie for me to rewatch 3 times. Or watch 3 times. I watched it once, didn't love it. So I watched it again another day when I had like a chance to try to enjoy it a little bit better. And I liked it enough. And then I watched it with my brother once, and that was it. Pronounced Lady? Are we sure? Can we get like confirmation on that? I feel like you're lying to me. Are we sure? Bad pop culture literacy right there. She was hottie when she was younger. That doesn't surprise me. Leve? Fluffy? Where's the F go? You can't just like drop the F and then like go, yeah, we're not gonna like what? Huh? I'm confused. I want gunpowder. It's like Swedish or something. Oh, I guess that would make sense. Swedes are kind of interesting. What about The Weeknd? Weeknd had one good song. The question is, what song do you find is good by The Weeknd? Because everybody has like their own. Well, not everybody. I think most people will probably say Blinding Lights. I would argue the song that made him famous initially was Can't Feel My Face. And then, like, kind of drifted to One Hit Wonder, and then Blinding Lights came out, and now he's, like, #1, I guess. I personally don't get it. Like, Blinding Lights is catchy. By all means, it is a catchy song. But that is, like, the only song I know by him, outside of Can't Feel My Face. And like I said, there's a lot of people who don't even know that one, or just don't like it. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I guess, like, grab some lights. And then I need copper.
Hello there.
Just me being me. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You are being you, and we love that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's an idea. Whether it's a good idea or not, we will find out. Oh, hello. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Thank you for choosing me with your Prime. Okay, what are we doing here? I need to go up. A little bit. Follow Anna, stop going all in. I know, it's... I appreciate that. Wow, that's very rare. So that's crazy though. Thank you. Spending that Bezos money, you know where it's at. You know where it's at. We gotta drain the pocket or something like that. I don't know. Got enough to go around. Got enough to go around the world a couple of times. Done with the coffee, I think. Shawn Mendes. He's got a couple. I don't dislike Shawn. He's not bad. I felt... Tech DMs? Okay. Alright. Well, let's see.
Leve.
Really? Okay, Leve. I won't remember that, but I will try to remember. There's a Swedish version too, but it's really hard to pronounce. That does not surprise me. Swedish is just like, we're gonna throw extra words in here, or extra letters in here. They may or may not make a sound, but you gotta guess which sound they're gonna make. There's at least 2 or 3 V's, 1 to 5 K's, and there may or may not also be some sort of insult about your mother, but only if you were speaking in Chinese. That's how I understand Swedish. AKA not at all. Boop. Boop. And up. Okay. Okay. Down we go, and let's take a look. Okay, that's like terrible, but that works. Leve. I have to remind myself. I was like, how do you pronounce it again? Leve. Where does the V go? It's just... I don't know where the V comes from. Just don't get it. That makes like a good breaking point there. And then we got something here. Another Star... 50, what Star Wars game? You got my attention. What's the Star Wars game, bro? I mean, a Star Wars Battlefront 3 would kill, but that would have been leaked by now. So, Star Wars Galactic Racer, it's a Star Wars like racing game with the cool hover motorcycle thingies. Swoosh bikes. Swoop bikes, sorry, swoop bikes. Or are you talking about pod racers? If it's a swoop bike, that's awesome. If it's a pod racer, it's a little less cool, but it's still cool. Maybe not worth buying to me, but that'll be interesting. It's Icelandic? Like the developers? Icelandic? Or are you saying like they're racing? Oh, Leve. Okay. You're like on a whole different wavelength than what I'm on. I'm talking about Star Wars. No, you're good. You're chilling. We're fine. Oh, I just dropped my meat. What are we doing here? I guess, like, come back up, and then... right here. So... the middle... is there? And then we can just, like, pretend that... that's enough. Is that enough? That is not enough. No, that is in the wrong spot. It needs to go up one. Boop. Also, Miss Piggy and the dog are singing and playing the piano. I think dog. Dog. Is he like actually singing, or did he just like bark and pant? That's my question first and foremost. Because I do remember there is like a dog, but I seem to remember him not being verbal, like at all. Ralph? Is that his name? I just want to make sure you weren't like... okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure you weren't like mistaking him for another character. That's all. Ralph. I didn't remember him being named Ralph, but okay. I don't even remember his name, so that's good memory on you, Nathan. Wow. It looks like Forza game with like realistic open world racing. That's gonna be interesting. I love that Star Wars has like no exclusivity anymore. Like that was the best choice Disney could have made. Because EA squandered the license. Like, I'm angry. Maybe not angry, but not happy. That's for sure. I'm not happy with what they did. They're singing video game names. They said Minecraft. Oh, sweet. That's why you're probably a bit young for the Muppets. I grew up on like the specials, the Muppet specials, but I never like watched the Muppets proper. So, and I grew up going to, well, I didn't grow up going there, but went to the Disney theme parks a decent amount growing up, and the Muppets were there a lot, and so I remember like a lot of the mains, but there's also a lot of it that I've forgotten over time. I've lost my way. Man, I grew up with Fairly Odd Parents. My parents didn't let me watch it. They found it very annoying, and I understand why. A lot of shows on Nickelodeon we just weren't allowed to watch because my parents found their voices to be like super, super annoying. And like I said, I kind of get it. Having an adult lens on it nowadays, I'm like, yeah, no, fair enough. I think having that side blue and that side orange is an interesting, like, duality. So I'm going for it. From here it's 3, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, which wasn't educational. The closest educational thing I watched was Bubble Guppies and weirdly Dora the Explorer. Dora's not too bad. Albeit, I mean, like, a little educational, yes, absolutely. But I felt like Dora didn't actually teach you useful Spanish that stuck, at least in my opinion. 1, 2, 3. Like, you learned a couple of words, and maybe it's foundational when you get older and you actually try to learn. I don't know. But none of it stuck for me. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. Okay. Oh, ads. Oh. My bad, guys. I didn't... Yeah, I guess we did pass the 30-minute mark. Well, we're going for another 30 minutes, I guess. Hey, Siri, set a timer for 30 minutes. Okay. That's embarrassing to teach Spanish. I don't remember any Spanish. That's fair. I'm too old to have watched Dora. That's fair. That is completely fair. 1, 2, 3, 4. How's that look? I don't hate that. It does make me wonder though if I should have tried to go with stuck with the blue on this. I don't know. They better announce Hogwarts Legacy 2. I feel like they would have done that with the announcement that it was gonna be free on Epic. I don't know. That's just me though. I feel like those two would have gone hand in hand, but maybe not. I watched Bob the Builder. That's where I really learned stuff. I remember Bob the Builder. Yes. Bob with his wife Wendy and Travis. Travis was was he the no, he wasn't the was he the dozer? I don't remember. Suddenly I can't recall. It's been a while. But I do remember Bob the Builder, and I loved it. We had a Bob the Builder video game, actually. And I loved it. I don't remember what the premise was exactly, but it was like a bunch of little mini games. And it was pretty solid. I may be a little late, but I think layer 1 should be all copper because it always oxidized and cleaned because they're rich and can afford it. Second layer is mostly copper, but some oxidized. They're slightly poor. The problem is the plan for that was to make that happen down here. But now we're at a point where it's kind of too late to do that. We don't have time to do down there. Otherwise, yes, I would have totally agreed with you. This was gonna have a little bit of the weather, but at this point in time, it's just kind of like it just doesn't work. But yes, that was the intent. Was this side was gonna have like full on copper, and this side was gonna be slightly, maybe not slightly oxidized, maybe in some hard to reach spots you would have seen it like on some corners and stuff. What? You guys? Did you guys? What? Huh? Okay. I think I just saw something. I don't... I'm not crazy. There was something standing there. I'm just gonna go and say it. I don't like this. I've made up my mind. I don't know what that was. King is sleep deprived. You did that a couple of days ago, streams ago. Did you guys see that? It was right there. It was right there. I'm not making it up. It was right there. What was that? It's a glow squid. Okay. I was getting worked up over that. I thought... The thing is, like, it's not that uncommon for me to, like, hallucinate some things. Nobody believes me, or they just don't want to believe me when I say that because it's, like, concerning. So I don't, like, mention that a ton. So when I see it in video games, it starts getting a little concerning. It's like, okay, that makes no sense. Or is somebody messing with me? Like, somebody install a mod to the server? Or like, you know, this is a content creator server, and they do wacky things like that sometimes. Okay, we're good. We're chilling. Fun fact, don't let a toddler put a screwdriver in a socket. It hurts. I bet. I didn't do a screwdriver, but I remember I was taking a, laptop plug out of the outlet, and I touched the metal prongs. There's like a really high chance you guys almost didn't have a king at that point, dude. Like, I don't know how long it would have been had my brother not been there. But I was probably like 9 years old. I don't know. And I couldn't move. I could taste like the copper in my mouth. Todd Howard is here. He's probably gonna introduce either Elder Scrolls 6 or DLC for Starfield, or both. It could be both. Todd Howard, I know he's not like the most well-beloved man, but I respect him for the things that he has had a small hand in. He might announce the game too, though. I don't feel like he would announce like a brand new game, like new IP sort of deal. Oh, an award, actually. Really? What did he get an award for? Like, I guess maybe Fallout Online was on the list, wasn't it? Maybe he got one for that. I don't know. I was getting worried there. I kind of was too. Is the age finally getting to you? It's been getting to me for a while. He's announcing an award. Oh, I see. Best game direction. That makes sense for him to announce. I know a lot of people don't like him. I get it. But, you know, as I believe he's lead director on a lot of games, especially in Bethesda. So, it makes sense. They're obscure. They have won like 20 awards. Are they the new Astrobot? I got electrocuted while fixing a Henry Hoover at work. I must say it's a nice feeling, although I wouldn't recommend it. It's not my favorite thing in the world. That's for sure. Can't feel my fingers, like, I've been electrocuted other times, but that was like by far the worst. I don't really recall the other times in specific, other than like, I think there was this one time. Good night, Coral. Go sleep. Thanks for popping in and hanging out. I appreciate you, dude. Thanks so much. Sounds high. Just a little. It's okay. Sleep drunk or something like that, you know? What was... Happy is something else here in the UK? Is that like, that sounds like maybe like, not diapers. I guess maybe adult diapers, I don't know. You call them diapers, yeah. I thought it sounded like that. I feel like we've called them that here, but I don't know. We call them nappies, I see. The more you know. That makes sense. It tracks. No, I am fake drunk. I'm very low. You know, you only miss the high when you're feeling low. As the one popular song says. Therefore, it must be true. Call them pacifiers. We call them dummies? What? That's news to me. Wow, I never heard that. Exhibity dude, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. That's crazy. That's funny though. I kind of approve. I don't hate that. It works. It's solid. It's good. Oh, thank you for alert, Coral. Go sleep. Go sleep. I wasn't intending to do this much work. I'm gonna be so real. But the ads came in, and we had the Prime sub earlier, and I was kind of like, you know, I'd feel bad if we just like didn't stream a little bit longer. So I ended up streaming a little bit longer. For those of you who were like trying to plan a bedtime for a minute there, I am so sorry. I promise you, we will be ending within like the next 15 minutes. So, mostly because I'm starting to get really tired, and I know like there's a really good chance that I don't get enough done tonight if I don't stop stream before long. So that looks good. They're making another Mega Man game. When did they make the last one? I'm trying to remember. It's Super Mario. Oh yes, I'm super hyped about the Super Mario Galaxy movies. That was a good movie, and I'm glad that they're adapting my favorite Mario game. I got a question. I got an answer. Possibly. What's up? Let's go ahead and do another doorway here. Maybe we go slightly larger. Never mind. Oh, dang. Wasn't a trailer? Jeez. You got me so excited, dude. What the heck? You ever got haters? Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got people that, like, hated me so bad that... Oh, man. There was some crazy experiences with that. It was a time. I don't hold any ill will against any of them, other than the fact that they're just not welcome here anymore. But, you know, it was a time. It happened. It was definitely wrong of them, and I hope that they're doing much better now. But I've got like a big number of people who have wronged me and have tried to make my life a pain. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words will never hurt me. You gotta follow that mentality, because those people got no idea what they're talking about. As cliche as it is, you know, that's the unfortunate thing, is it's the only way to address it sometimes. I feel like that might work. I don't know, I feel like that's a little too... not noisy, loud. It's a little loud. It's like, hey, look at me. I'm big. I don't want you to look at it because it's big. I want you to look at it because it's like, it's there. That's all. I like when King just trolls the haters. Oh, that was fun. That was 10 seconds of Luigi fighting Bowser Jr. That's at least something, I guess. Like that guy who said he looked middle-aged. Oh, I forgot about that. That was the time. Yeah, that guy was just so weird. Maybe we do like another layer like that. I don't know, that might insist itself upon you too much. Oh, one short. People who work on Apex Legends have made a game in secret. Oh, Respawn? Oh, crap. I needed that. Wait, what? Huh? What? I guess remove you and put you there. I guess? I don't know. What game did they make? Titanfall 3? Wait, could it be Titanfall 3? I just had a realization. I need Titanfall. That little bit longer is 5 a.m. for me. No. Oh, no. It's okay. We're about to end soon. I promise this time. I just need to finish up that little bit up there, because I just need a little bit of this. And we're going to take a step back. I may... Oh. That looks right, I guess. I don't know, it's a little loud. It's shouting at you, hey, look at me, but at the same time, I don't really know what to do outside of that. So we're just gonna kind of let it be for now. And if I come up with a better idea next time, we'll just take care of it. So, we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping things up. what I will tell you guys is next stream, which is tomorrow, we'll be back and we'll be doing some stuff up here. So we'll do like another doorway there. We got like a whole line of blocks here to mess with, so we'll have to get some more of those. We've got another line here and a whole wall right here that we got to mess with a little bit as well. Kind of give it that treatment. Nothing too crazy, but a little something something. Outside of that, we'll also probably try to get some stuff done with these two buildings here because we're running out of time. There's only one full week left of streams that I will be here for, and I don't know if I'll be back for the end of King SMP. I don't know if I'll be back for the end of Twitch SMP or not. So we'll see. We will see. Anyway, I appreciate you guys all being here. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here. Can't do this without you guys. Have you ever watched called Druki? He makes you question how we humans are smart enough to create a fire. No, I haven't. I'll have to check him out sometime, I guess. I'm shook. I'll have to check out all the news that has come out with the Game Awards. It was about the length of the Game Awards. Dang. Well, it means I have plenty to catch up on then. That's good. I will hopefully be catching you guys again tomorrow. If I don't, then maybe Monday. Hopefully it's on YouTube. I'll watch it tomorrow. Sounds like it'd be a good time. Let's go say hi to somebody. I don't know who that somebody will be just yet, so stick with me for a moment. And we'll pick them out. I'm not going to pick anybody streaming the Game Awards because they'll be wrapping up before long. Pi Pi is live. So let's just go say hi to Pi Pi. Always a safe choice with her. You guys hop in the raid, you'll get some free champ points. You'll also get to meet a cool streamer along the way. I don't think there's anything else I want to promo, so you guys are chill. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you all, really. Can't do this without you. And, I'll see you guys again soon. Good night, everybody. Where's the button? Where's the button? Good night.